Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind Your Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind Your Basketball. And welcome into game number 2 of the Western Conference Finals tonight. The Dallas Mavericks lead the series 1-0. Dallas is on the road to take on the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight in a major matchup here taking place at the Target Center. Dallas took game 1 of 108-105 on Wednesday. The Mavs were trailing in that game as many by 9 points. They trailed approximately 90% of game number 1, but able to keep on hanging in throughout the course of the night. They were able to come from behind and pick up the victory. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and welcome back everybody being a part here of the channel tonight. Daniel, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Mario, glad to have you back in. Yeah, Mr. Top's doing pretty well, same as Spike. Both of the Turtles doing pretty well tonight. Good day outside over here. And the Dallas Mavericks, strong performance out of Kyrie and Luca Doncic in the Game 1 victory. They combined for 63 points out of the 108 in the Game 1 win. 62-38 points in the paint in favor of Dallas. Dallas had a strong game inside the interior. They were +8 in the glass, 48-40. And going up against Minnesota, which ranked the number 2 defensive rebounding team in the entire playoffs. And Dallas, excellent in the offensive glass, but were able to prevail in the last game here. And also it came down to free throws, a 3-point victory by Dallas in game 1. Minnesota left some critical points off at the free throw line, whereas Dallas, they came into game number 1 in the series dead last in the NBA playoffs out of 16 total teams, last in free throw shooting percentage, around 68%, but they went 16 for 17 at the free throw line, hitting some major critical free throws, just leaving 1 point off the board. Minnesota went 11 for 18. Minnesota tonight looking to respond in this game. Got a feeling that Anthony Edwards is going to have a much better game tonight, same as Karl-Anthony Towns. So thanks all for joining in. Happy Friday night here, everybody, and the start of a holiday weekend if you're out in the U.S. So enjoy the nice weather outside. If it's nice in your neck of the woods, pretty nice this weekend in my neck of the woods, and hopefully everybody will have a great holiday weekend over there. Charliso, welcome back in. Happy birthday. Happy birthday over to you, and hope your birthday went well today for Charliza. Vegas, welcome back in. He's got the T-Wolves for this one tonight. Feel free to type in the chat who you guys like to win this one tonight here, T-Wolves or Mavs. I got a feeling, too, that Minnesota's got a good opportunity to bounce back in this game. Home teams don't lose too often. going down to 0-2 to begin their series at home. And this Minnesota team this year, they've just come out, been physical. They're a long team, excellent defensive team, and I'd be shocked, in my honest opinion, if Dallas goes up 2-0, and if Minnesota is able to limit Kyrie and Luca, they get a good opportunity here to even a series up at 1 apiece. Gonna have to force other players to score on you after Kyrie and Luca. That's the big question mark for this series, is if both of those guys are cold, who else steps up? And PJ Washington, he had 13 in the last game. Derek Lively, 9 points, 11 rebounds. It's a plus 13 in the second half for Lively. Daniel Gafford scored 8 out of his 10 points in the second half. In Dallas, they were trailing by 3 at halftime. They were able to cut into the lead and take advantage because they started to play their style as soon as the early stage of the third quarter for them. They're like an above-the-rim type of team that Luca loves to lob it over to either Daniel Gafford or Derek Lively, and they were playing their style right at the beginning of the third quarter, able to switch the flip and flip the switch and take the lead. So Luke Cornett, I saw that he's on the injury report for him, so he left the game yesterday due to a left wrist sprain. He is unlikely to play for Luke Cornett, so he is unlikely to play, doubtful for tomorrow's game. Porzingis is out. So Porzingis is still out. He's potentially could be on track to play on Monday for Game 4, but not Game 3 on Saturday. So Porzingis is out. Luke Cornett's doubtful tomorrow due to a left wrist sprain. And the Celtics won a lot of small ball later stretch in yesterday's game. That's why we saw O'Shea Brissett come in. So they did a lot of small ball. Al Horford's going to be getting a lot of minutes tomorrow night. Yeah, this game all depends on whether Anthony Edwards and Cat can step up. And Ant needs to be a ton better for him. He went just 6 for 16 shooting from the floor. Just needs to get back to playing an aggressive downhill type of style game for him. He was settling for a lot of deep jumpers and missing for Anthony Edwards. 19 points, 11 rebounds. Karl-Anthony Towns really struggled. Too many missed threes for him. 2 for 9 from 3. 6 for 20 from the floor by Cat. So just coming off the roller coaster of emotions, the emotional victory that they won in 7 against Denver, and could it be able to pick up the win in Game 1 against Dallas for Minnesota. And now they're trailing down to 0-1. This is a huge game, more so for Minnesota, because you don't want to go down to 0-2 after playing the first 2 games in your home floor. I expect here Minnesota should be able to bounce back tonight. If not, I mean, that would be shocking based on this team that has a killer instinct led by Anthony Edwards, the superstar on this team. And they were able to back up how they lost 3 straight games in a row. They said that they would be able to still win the series against Denver after they were up 2-0, and then they lost 3 in a row, and they went down 3-2, and then they came back and they won. So right now, looking for that response here for Minnesota tonight, if they're able to provide it, and I expect that they will, since it's a home game tonight, and they lost the first game, looking to bounce back. And they've only lost consecutive games 4 times in the regular season for Minnesota. So it was very rare that they went on a losing streak. They lost 2 straight games 4 different times in the regular season. And then they went on their longest losing streak of the entire season, which included the 3 losses in a row against Denver in the playoffs. That was the longest losing streak that they've had all year, whether it was the regular season into the postseason for Minnesota, and they were able to back that up. They won 2 in a row and were able to win in the Game 7. James in the stream, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Lonnie, welcome back to the channel here. Juan, welcome in. Jeff on the stream, welcome aboard everybody tonight. If you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And just going to get ready to tip off here a couple moments from now. Minnesota comes in 6.5-point favorites tonight on the line for this matchup, and all comes down to Minnesota if they can find that style of defense that haunted the Nuggets in half number 2. because Joker and Murray, they were just worn out in that Game 7, and they were in it, the entire team. They're going to have to figure out how to stop Luca and how to stop Kyrie. If so, you're forcing other players to beat you. And that was not the case in the first game in the series. So it all starts with Anthony Edwards from Minnesota. He needs to be a ton better if Minnesota wants to even this up. Egbert on the channel, welcome in. Liking the Mavs in this one. Mr. Smiley, welcome to the stream here, bud. And also, haven't talked about Mike Conley Jr. either. He had a rough game as well for him. So, it's another player who needs to step up things a bunch more. 6 points in 31 minutes for him. 2 for 7 shooting from the floor. T-Wolves got the deeper team, in my opinion, in this series. Much more scores that they have. They got 6 guys who's averaging double figures in the playoffs. Dallas is 4 right now. But that was just a total complete second half that Dallas played. Really well executed for them to sneak up on Minnesota, take the lead, and pick up the Game 1 win for them. Yeah, hopefully your birthday is going well today, Charlisa. Yeah, the paint defense is what stuck out the most to me. I was stunned seeing that they gave up so many points down low for Minnesota in Game 1. I think they're going to be making their adjustments here in Game 2 for a more stifling paint defense, forcing Dallas to take a lot more tougher twos than what they had, a lot more easier opportunities inside for Game 1. And Dallas, the key for Dallas here, how it's crazy how they won the game, because Dallas shot just 6 for 25 from three-point range, whereas Minnesota tripled them in Game 1. Minnesota made 18 threes in Game 1. They won 18 for 49 from three-point range from Minnesota. Dallas shot just 24% from 3. And in the modern NBA, that is just super just off to be able to win games when you have much lower three-point make totals than the other team. And their three-point make total was actually 3 times fewer than what Minnesota had, but no problem, because Dallas torched Minnesota in the paint 62-38. Kendrick, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in from the Philippines. Renjeff, welcome back in. He's rooting for the Mavs Celtics for the finals and the Celtics to win the chip. Yeah, I remember last year, Memorial Day weekend, my stream that the Celtics got eliminated last year on Memorial Day. I actually said that Boston against Dallas, likely series in 2024. And just one game through, still got a long way left to go. I think this is going to be a lengthy series between these two teams. I actually had Minnesota for my projection. They're going to have to come out and play like it tonight. It all starts with their superstar, Anthony Edwards. For today's game here, he has to be a ton better. And this is a home game. Means a bunch more to the T-Wolves. If you lose this game, you're in really tough territory to come out and pick up the series victory if you do go down to 0-2 in this matchup here. Full whiteout at the Target Center for this matchup here. For this one, Dallas up 1-0 in the series. Luca coming off a 33-point game where he dropped down 15 points as the closer in the fourth quarter for Dallas. Kyrie, as he was the one who was the tone setter, he finished with 30, 63 out of the 105 in Game 1 combined between Luca and Kyrie. And about to tip off here shortly. John, welcome in from Nepal on the channel. Thanks for joining in. Got a lot of great country reach out here from the Philippines. Hoops Hive, welcome on board. Thanks for joining in. Ice Ice Baby, welcome back in. Hope everybody's going well. Happy weekend, everyone. If you're new in the channel, smash the thumbs up here. About to tip off in just a moment. Minnesota back with the same jerseys they wore for game number 1. The white jerseys, dark blue numbers, dark blue letters, green outline for this the matchup. And Dallas will go in the black jerseys tonight. Blue numbers, the back of the uniform with the white letters. Yeah, that was in the last game. It was ruled an offensive goaltend. That crushed the momentum for Minnesota. So that was also a big changer in the game because that was called with like a minute 25 left to go. I looked back at the film later for that. The ball was just snuck in barely above the cylinder right there. They actually reviewed it, so it happened so fast. So fast. I was unhappy during the stream. If you guys caught the last stream, I was really unhappy because I didn't think they challenged it that fast. There's so much going on when I'm streaming these games, but they actually went back and challenged it. It was a super quick challenge, and they confirmed that it was indeed an offensive goaltend. That was a crusher because that probably would have forced overtime. Here we go as we are underway. Dallas controls the opening tip. Right to left on the floor, Luca. Bounce pass over to the top of the key. PJ Washington into the hands to Luca. Starters look like this tonight. Luca, Kyrie, Derrick Jones Jr., PJ Washington, and Daniel Gafford. Kyrie, bounce pass, Luca, lobs it up over the top, and it's a two-hand alley-oop jam to begin Game 2 of the series for Dallas. They play just so tall above the rim for them, and that is Daniel Gafford off the lob, assisted by Luca. One possession, one slam dunk. The Dallas Mavericks sending a message right now to the Minnesota Timberwolves in a road game here in Game 2 of the series. Minnesota starters tonight: Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert. Minnesota just took the timeout. 34 seconds into the game, so the T-Wolves have taken a timeout right now. 34 seconds into this game as Dallas starts off with an alley-oop jam. Luca just lobs it over the top of the Minnesota defense, and Lively comes up and flushes it over for the two-handed jam. What a start here to Game 2. Cree Jedi in the stream. Sarita, welcome in. Thanks all for joining in tonight. Andre on the channel, welcome back in. Make sure to vote in the poll if you guys would like to as well. It's almost even right now. Minnesota leading the poll 52-48 at this moment. And feel free to let me know out in the chat who you guys like to win this game tonight here, Minnesota or Dallas. What a start for the Mavs here currently. Like, they're just so bought in as a team for Dallas. This is a huge turnaround that they've had. Second stretch of the year into the playoffs for Dallas. Kyrie playing his best version of basketball right now. He is focused strictly on basketball, and the results are showing for Kyrie for him. Yeah, odd to take a timeout this early on. What's good, Twin City Bulldog Club? Welcome back in here, man. Yeah, it's just straight up a timeout. There was no challenge or anything to that because that was a clean alley-oop jam. Like, crazy that they would burn a timeout after one possession. You see alley-oops all the time. And we actually, yesterday's game had a slam dunk to begin. The Pacers, yeah, they started off yesterday's game with a slam dunk. The Celtics didn't burn a timeout. It's crazy. 34 seconds into this game, Minnesota elects to burn a timeout after an alley-oop jam. Like, straight up Dallas sending a message to Minnesota on the first possession. Jeffrey, welcome back in. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, beautiful weekend outside. That's great to see the sunset out there, man. And it's always good to see, like, the sun's out there later times of the year now. Like, it's 8:40 p.m. The sun's already set where I am. Right now, it's gunning dark where I am, but it was up. I think the sunset was around like 8:10, 8:15 today. That is just excellent ball movement. Minnesota Nobody was open on the inbound, so that's what happened. Mike Conley had to burn a timeout. Nobody could get open on the inbound, so an absolute disaster to start off this game for Minnesota. Minnesota with a possession, so it was not a coach's timeout coming from the bench. It was Mike Conley, who nobody was even in the backcourt for him to inbound and ready, that he had to burn a timeout. Cat forced up a jumper, no good. Skipped around the rim and out, and the T-Wolves basing their first possession on the floor. They're just simply not ready right now in this game. Luca dribbles up to the elbow. Luca with a jumper, no good. Off the back rim. We'll see if they're able to get ready right here. Looking to push tempo off to Edwards. Looking to be aggressive. He attacks downhill to the rim. Edwards gets fouled. So 2 shots coming up at the free throw line by Anthony Edwards. He got fouled by Kyrie on the fast break transition. A lot of respect between those two. And Edwards looking to rise up to another level tonight in this game. 19 points, but he did miss 10 shots. First one is good at the line for Edwards. Second shot, got it, around and in. Oh, I'm on East Coast time in the U.S., so I'm on Boston, New York time, Cree Jedi. So I'm all the way across in the U.S., on another continent. We get a lot of people here from all across the world, but if you guys didn't know, I'm from Massachusetts, USA, where I'm calling this game from. We get a bunch of people all over, like Philippines, Trinidad and Tobago, a bunch of different countries, different time zones. Down low, it's good for 2 inside the key for Dallas. Minnesota with the ball. Conley floats up the runner. Conley swooshes it. 4-4 now. Dr. Leopard Gecko, welcome back in the stream here, bud. Minute 45 plus into this game. Kyrie sends it off to Luca at the left wing. Luca with 10 on the shot clock. He's defended by Edwards, 1-on-1. Luca dribbles up to the top, has a lot of space, jacks up the 3, and he rattles it in. Luca from downtown buries the triple. 3-point advantage. Luca already with his first 3 in the game right now for him, plus 2 assists. A jumper at the left baseline, missed off the mark by Cat, looking for the foul call, couldn't get it. Defensive rebound hauled in by Dallas. Luca bounce pass up the floor. Gafford attack, swings it outside. Washington, wide open 3 transition, airballed it, went out of bounds. It'll go right back over to Minnesota. That was a really good look as well by PJ Washington, but he couldn't connect on it. Angel, thanks for joining in. Anthony Edwards. He's got 2 so far at the free throw line. Gets past 1 defender. Edwards drives downhill. Kick out left corner. Cat with a 3. No good. A lot of opportunities to chuck up shots by Karl-Anthony Towns. Haven't been able to finish one. A steal by Conley. Edwards with a 3. No good. Cat tips it over to Gobert for the offensive rebound. Puts it back and he scores. Up and in off the backboard. 1-point game right now. 3 minutes into action. Kyrie dribbles up, drives downhill. Kyrie, fall away, low block, no good off the mark. Edwards rips away the defensive rebound. Minnesota looking to respond right here. Edwards dribbles, drives, right down the lane inside, takes it to the rim, gets fouled as he is met at the rim by Daniel Gafford, who picks up the shooting foul, and Anthony Edwards will shoot 2 coming up here at the line. Edwards, full-time attack mode to begin this game right now. And that's the adjustment that he needed to make. He was settling for a lot of deep jumpers during the last game. Tonight, he has just gone with his blow-by speed, going right downhill to the rim. Makes the free throw. He's got now 3. Brack, thanks for joining in once again here, bud. Second free throw, Edwards, no good. Bricked off the back rim. They left a lot of points off the rebound, the free throw column during the last game. Missed shot by Gobert off the rim. It went off. A Cat goes out of bounds. Really tough start here for Karl-Anthony Towns. Had a couple offensive rebounds so far, but Karl-Anthony Towns just letting it get to his mind to begin this game here. He is 0 for 4 to begin. No points by Cat, and he couldn't handle the offensive rebounds. So down to 8.5 left to go in the first. Tie game at 7. Kyrie towards his right, brings along a double team. Bounce pass behind his back, sets up Washington. Dribbles up inside the key. Washington gets stripped, stolen away. Mike Conley Jr. comes out with his steal. Conley up the floor, guarded by Luca, towards his right off the Gobert screen. Pass off the roll down. Gobert swings it outside. Cat at the left wing, accelerates inside the paint. Cat, and he gets denied at the rim. It's going to be a blocking foul, though. So Derek Lively II picks up the shooting foul, and Cat will shoot 2 shots here at the free throw line. Ooh. Something wrong with Luca. I don't know. They went back to some sort of tape. I believe it was in the pregame. Like, he was looking like he was sick or something like that for Luca. He had a towel in his mouth. I believe that was in the pregame. I don't have any audio here on my TV, what they were referencing. But, yeah, there was a time, I think it was a couple years ago, where Luca, he was playing when he had the flu. It's like bent over in the pregame with a towel in his mouth. First shot is good by Cat. He is finally on the board right now as he drilled the first free throw. Second free throw is good. So Minnesota now has a 2-point lead. Kyrie on the floor with Luca, P.J. Washington, Derek Lively II. And Dallas will commit a reach-in foul. Denver will Minnesota will commit a reach and fall on the floor. So we'll go right back over to Dallas here with the possession. Kyrie inside the key. Runner, no good. Came off the rim short. Tipped up. Offensive rebound. Shovel pass down low off to Lively. Back down low, and they will throw it down with a two-handed flush. 9-9. Derrick Jones Jr. with authority, getting ups with athleticism. Joseph on the street, welcome in. Adam, thanks for joining in, man. Cat attacking downhill baseline, and that'll be a goaltend violation committed by Lively. So 2 points awarded. That's the first made field goal of the night for Karl-Anthony Towns. Yeah, Lively, as it went off the glass, he blocked it. They're going to give him the free throw as well, so he actually got fouled on the possession too. So this is going to be one shot here at the free throw line for Minnesota, and they're already in the bonus currently, so that's already the 5th personal foul by Dallas in this game, not even midway through the first. Free throw is good. Finally, Cat starting to be able to come alive here offensively. Luca at the top of the key. Dribbles up, he's guarded by McDaniels. Luca inside the key, and away from the basketball, Minnesota picks up the foul. It's been choppy so far with these whistles to begin this game. That's going to be called on Cat away from the basketball. It picked up his first personal foul. Inbound goes to Lively. Lively fires a fastball down low over to Luca, and Luca scores, and the one covered up at the free throw line. 12-11. Once again, that's on Cat. That's his second personal foul. So Karl-Anthony Towns just committed his first just a moment ago, and then Luca receives the pass inside the key. Floats a shot off balance due to contact from Cat and the foul. That's now 2 quick personal fouls by Karl-Anthony Towns within a 10-second span. (12-11) right now. Luca will shoot 1 at the free throw line. It's good. It's now 12-12. What's good, Uncle Pizzle? Thanks for joining in here, man. Cat with 2 personal fouls in the first quarter. That is trouble for Minnesota right now. Mike Conley at the top of the key. Cat is now out of the game. Naz Reid, first time today, launches up a 3, and he hits it. Naz Reid right down the middle, wide open, drills the triple. Left all alone out in the right corner. Luca crosses midcourt, picks up by Lively. Luca, step back 3 for the tie. Takes it, and he makes it. Bang, bang by Luca from downtown. 15-15, starting to pick up in this game right now. 9-2 for Luca to begin in the first quarter. A right baseline dribble. Conley slips past Lively to the cup, scores up and in with a right-hand layup. Minnesota 2-point advantage. 6.5 left to go in the first. Kyrie slowing down tempo, attacks inside the paint. Kyrie, oh, nice move, getting it past Nazari. Drops it into the bucket, scores for 2 for Kyrie. And yeah, Cat's going to be on the bench for quite a bit of while, we see there. Just a B-roll shot went briefly over to Cat. Currently sitting on the bench. Gobert flings it out to the wing. Edwards accelerates downhill right to the rim. Edwards, and he scores up and through with a right-hand layup. Starting to get buckets right now. 19-17. Anthony Edwards playing downhill, attacking in this game. He's been aggressive in the first quarter. Bounce pass top of the key lively into the hands to Luca. Luca defended at the top of the key, working on McDaniels 101. Luca, 5 in the shot clock, jab step. Luca dribbles up, free throw circle, deep 2, 18-foot step back, no good. Missed off the mark over McDaniels. Rebound gets collected by Edwards. Edwards up the floor, gets past one defender, elevates for the 3. Edwards doinked it off the back rim. A rebound secured by Kyrie. Looks to push tempo up the floor here, and the shot gets blocked. That was actually Derrick Jones Jr. who got blocked down low. As Naz Reid able to make an impact lob. Edwards over to Gobert, throws it down with a 2-handed flush. 21-17 Minnesota. Rudy on the board with a slam dunk. Anthony Edwards making a major impact right now for his team. Records the assist. Also 5 points playing downhill to begin this game. And the T-Wolves got themselves a 4-point lead to a timeout here with 5:26 remaining in the first. Black pen and red pen, thanks so much for the dono. Really appreciate it, bud, for the dono. Let's get that dono hype out on the stream here for Black pen and red pen. Absolute legends in the channel, everybody. If you guys are doing this stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams. And Minnesota getting going. Even though Cat's on the bench, Anthony Edwards able to start to push the ball up the floor and starting to get his team going, aggressive to begin this game, attacking a couple times, heading to the free throw line. His 5 points, it seems like it's much more than 5 points because he's made 2 trips to the free throw line for Ant so far. But he's also got 2 assists. And that assist was key because Gobert was matched up behind the defense. Nobody was on him off an entry pass down low, and Gobert just threw it down. So Gobert's up to 4 now. Perfect 2 for 2 for him in the game. Cap with a really rough start for him. He's in foul trouble, and it's going to be on the bench for quite a bit of time. But either way, big turnaround for Minnesota right now. And Kyrie has yet to be found for Dallas here in Game 2. So Kyrie, he was the one who started off extremely well. He had 24 points in halftime in Game 1. Tonight he's just got 2 right now for Kyrie. Luca's got 9. So as much as you can do possible in this game, if you're Minnesota, you got to limit Kyrie and Luca and then force other players to beat you. And if you're able to limit one of those players, a good chance that you have the opportunity to win this game. Either it's Luca or Kyrie. Pick your poison, which one you're going to eliminate, take away from him. Right now, they're neutralizing Kyrie with just 2 points and 1 for 3 shooting to begin so far. Yeah, Cat and Jason Tatum are in the same category with one another in the conference finals. Tucked in their shell, looking like my tortoise who's fallen asleep for the night. So yesterday my tortoise was quite active. Hopefully when I get him at halftime once again tonight, he'll be active once again and his head's not poked in his shell. Yeah, it's been a really good downhill type of style that Minnesota's presented to Dallas so far. And Minnesota's gone to the free throw line. I believe they've gone 4 separate trips tonight already to the free throw line. 6 for 7 on free throws right now. And Edwards is the one who set the tone for his team, getting just right to the rim and attack mode for him tonight. So right now, Kyrie is on the bench. This is a good opportunity to make a charge and keep up this lead if you're Minnesota. Dallas with a possession. Derek Lively the second on the floor with Luca, Josh Green, Derek Jones, who shoots the corner three. That is well off the mark. A rebound controlled here from Minnesota. And then Jaden Hardy, number one. He's the fifth player on the floor currently for Dallas. Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, Naz Reid, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Jaden McDaniels, the five currently on the floor. Cats on the bench, turned over in the corner by Naz Reid. Stolen away by Jaden Hardy. Hardy gallops up the floor, blocked from behind by Gobert, goes right back into the hands to Lively as he dunks it home for the two-hand jam. Good follow-through right there from Lively. Came from behind at the end of the play, and he was left wide open after the Gobert block. Alexander Walker slides it off to his left. Left baseline, dribble by McDaniel. Shovel pass down low. Gobert. Oh, he came to play. Rips it through with a two-handed flush. 23-19. Rudy Gobert, 3 slam dunks, 6 points for him so far, alongside with a block on the last defensive possession. Luca brings along a double. Luca. Kick out to the left corner. Jones outside to the wing. Hardy with a 3. Splash. Dallas sinks the 3. Jaden Hardy, some serious bench points right there to draw with it one. Approaching 4 minutes left to go in the first. Nickeil Alexander-Walker looking to see if he can get going. Wow, he gave up a wide open layup. Skip past right corner. They move it all around the world. Edwards with a 3, no good. Skipped around the rim and out. And a botched possession right there for Minnesota as Nickeil Alexander-Walker off a left baseline dribble had a wide open layup opportunity, and he surrendered it to pass it over to take the open 3, and he missed it. Dallas with the ball. Luca fires the pass inside. Kick out corner. Lively over to the corner. Bricked off the back rim. No good. Missed by Hardy. Up the floor. Edwards. One man to beat. It's Green at the rim. Edwards gets fouled. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line here for Anthony Edwards. Wow. So Minnesota should be leading right now 25-22 and then shooting these 2 free throws. This should not be a 1-point lead. That was a wide open layup that Nickeil Alexander-Walker completely just left open. That he elected not to go in for the wide open layup and swung it out to trade it out to a 3, and it backfired. First shot is good by Edwards at the free throw line. This is now his 3rd separate trip tonight to the charity stripe. Roger, welcome to the stream. We got 2 Rogers actually popping up on the channel right now. Second free throw is good by Edwards. 25-22. Anthony Edwards up to 9 total points. A little bit of miscommunication in the backcourt. Dallas able to bring it up though with Derek Jones Jr. at the top. Gafford. Bounce pass goes over to the left wing. Kyrie back on the floor. Kyrie 101. Swings it out to his right. Hardy drives, attacks, downhill. Hardy got stuffed. McDaniels comes out with a block. Here goes Minnesota up in the floor transition. Here's a quarter 3. Naz Reid. And he hits it. Bullseye. Second quarter triple the game by the 6th man of the year. Whole crowd erupts right now. 28-22 Minnesota. Down to 2:50 left to go in the first. Gafford. Hand off to Kyrie. Only 2 so far for him. Floats it up over the top. Gafford off the roll down. Flushes it home with a 2-hand alley-oop slam. Second time in this game that they've gone up for an alley-oop jam as Dallas began this game. 34 seconds in with an alley-oop jam, and then Minnesota had to take a timeout. Nobody was open off the inbound. That's how he started off the game. Edwards attacks downhill to the cup. Edwards with his own offensive rebound. Out to the top, McDaniels. Dribble, drive, inside. Get that out of there. Huge rejection at the rim by Daniel Gafford. Kyrie, shake and bake off the Euro step down low. Kiss off the glass, he scores. Up and off the backboard. It's a 2-point game right now. Defense translating into offense that possession for Dallas. McDaniels dribbles, attacks, swings it inside the key. That is a turnover committed by Minnesota. Outlet pass ahead. Josh Green couldn't finish over Edwards, in and out of the hands of Dallas. It got deflected out of bounds off of Derek Jones. Wow, this game is really ramped up in terms of its intensity right now. 1:47 left to go in the first quarter. Feel free to type in the chat who you like to win this game here. Minnesota or Dallas, and down to the final minute 40 left to go in the first, and we get a battle here, 28-26. Kyle Anderson, first time on the floor, swings to that left corner. Edwards elevates for the three. Swoosh! Anthony Edwards buries the trifecta triple. 31-26, getting a great version tonight out of Anthony Edwards. Up by 5 in the moment for the T-Wolves. Kyrie drives inside the key. Kyrie couldn't finish, missed the layup with a left hand, too strong off the glass. Naz Reid with a defensive rebound. Reid up the floor. Reid attacks downhill to the rim, got it stripped, lost it. And Gafford was out of bounds at the baseline, so it's going to stay T-Wolves ball. They are getting downhill and going to the rim, and then Edwards finally able to make his first three of the night from the far side quarter. 31-26. Great version on the Anthony Edwards tonight, being aggressive. 10 points in his first 11 minutes on the floor. Edwards at the right elbow. Edwards dribbles inside. Edwards no good off the glass. Too strong. Gobert tried to go in for the tip-in. Couldn't do so. Gafford with a strong defensive rebound. Final 50 seconds left to go in the first. Here goes Kyrie. Kyrie block. And that's actually going to go out of bounds. Jaden Hardy up the floor quickly. Missed it off the side of the glass. That was off balance. Thought he might have got blocked by Reid right there out in transition, but Reid did not get a piece of it. So perfect defense by Naz Reid as Jaden Hardy just completely missed the shot off the side of the glass. Floater inside the key. Anderson left it too short. And a rebound collected by Green with a loose ball foul committed by Minnesota. That's going to be on Kyle Anderson for the personal foul. Hey, what's good? Dakota, welcome back in. Hope all is going well here, man. Arkisha on the channel, thanks for joining in from the Philippines. Final 30 seconds left to go in the first quarter. We get a battle here. 5-point advantage for Minnesota. Dallas attacks downhill with Kyrie, got it stripped as it goes out of bounds. That's going to be charged to Naz Reid. So that's Reid's first personal foul of tonight. And this was all being done when Luca was on the bench for this previous couple minutes for a stint of time for Luca. Still on the bench right now for the final 28 seconds. They're actually going to give free throws here for Dallas. And the free throw missed. So Gaffer no good at the free throw line. Second shot by Gaffer, no good. Bricked off the back rim. A rebound secured by Anderson. And Anderson gets fouled, which Minnesota's in the bonus. Bad foul picked up, charged by P.J. Washington. This will be 2 free throws coming up here at the line, going the opposite direction for Kyle Anderson. And just a terrible, terrible loose ball foul picked up there, charged to P.J. So both teams are now in the bonus. I'm from the USA and Massachusetts. Anderson's going to shoot 2 here at the line. Both teams in the bonus to close out the first quarter. Yeah, things going pretty well, Dakota. Hope things have been well lately. First free throw is good by Anderson. Souza, welcome back in. Liking the T-Wolves tonight for this one. Edwards will check out now. He heads towards the bench. Edwards certainly has set the tone early on for Minnesota, though. 10 points in his first 12 minutes of court time almost on the floor. He has struggled, though, with efficiency. Just 2 for 7 to begin this game for Edwards, but he's been able to go to the free throw line quite often for him today. That's where he's done half of his damage through points so far. 5 for 6 at the free throw line to begin this game for Edwards. Playing downhill, just hasn't been able to finish a couple of his shots that he'd like to. (32-26) now. So Anderson at the line, split the free throws. Dallas with possession. Final 20 seconds left to go in the first. The lob deflected, intercepted by Gobert on the far side. Keeps in the quarter play off to Anderson. Anderson's going to slow it down. Shot clock is turned off. Kyle Anderson 10 seconds left to go. Slides it off to Reed. Reed dribbles up, drives inside the key. Naz Reed, bounce pass underneath, deflected out of bounds. Last off of Dallas, I believe, here with 2.7 seconds. So this will stay. Ooh, did that leave the fingertips at Naz Reed last? That is the question. Edwards will check in for the final 2.7 seconds. Minnesota gets lucky. It's going to be Minnesota inbound. So Minnesota will get the inbound underneath their hoop. It will be, I believe that's Jaden McDaniels who'll be the inbound passer. McDaniels lobs it over to Reed, and Reed couldn't track it down. Stole it away at midcourt. Josh Green with a three. Banked it. It will not count, though. It was too late at the end of the shot clock after it expired. 32-26 at the end of the first quarter. Just a missed pass there. It was actually number 9, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who was the inbound passer, not McDaniels. Both of them look very similar when they play out on the floor. Both of them wear the white headbands. So that was number 9, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. His pass was too tall, past the fingertips of Naz Reed. We closed out the end of the first quarter. 32-26 right now at the end of one. Minnesota up by 6, and a much better job for the T-Wolves in this game. Playing downhill, attacking, and getting rebounds has been a key for the T-Wolves tonight. 14-9 in the glass, limiting Dallas. Well, they're shooting 44% from the floor right now. Minnesota still, there's a lot to be desired with their offense from Minnesota. Alright, first quarter's in the books here. If you guys are new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And if you guys didn't know, I'm a Celtics fan, but I cover all different types of teams in the NBA. If I had to put my prediction on this one tonight, I would go T-Wolves. Since they're down 0-1, it's a home game for Minnesota. I think they're going to bounce back. They usually always seem to respond when their back's against the wall for Minnesota. So I would take the T-Wolves here to win this game. Yeah, Kyrie has had a tough start for him today, so they've neutralized one out of their duo so far. Kyrie's got just 4. Luca has 9. Edwards has 10, and he has had opportunities. Like, Dallas is lucky that Edwards isn't shooting the cover off the ball right now. There's been a couple opportunities that he's had that he just hasn't been able to finish either at the rim or finish his shots for him. So he's only 2 for 7 shooting, but he has just straight up been on full attack mode in this game. And it's been a much better outcome so far for Minnesota because they're not like jacking up and settling for a lot of deep looks. They're following his lead and taking it to the rim. Rudy Gobert's been huge so far. He's got 3 slam dunks for Rudy, 6 points for him. Massive impact in this game. Right now, he's tied for the number 2 scorer. Naz Reed off the bench with 6. Naz Reed drilled 2 threes. Yeah, something doesn't look right for Luca today. I think he's dealing with it looks like he's dealing with a flu. Like, it looks like he's sick. Luca was bent over at the scores table a couple minutes ago, so there's something seriously wrong with Luca right now. If you're the T-Wolves, this is the game to take right here. Number 1 player on the team. It looks like there's something completely wrong as we just came back from the timeout. 32-26 right now, entering the second quarter of action. As we saw, it was a quick B-roll shot of Luca bent over at the scores table. Looked like he was feeling under the weather. Naz Reed off the offensive rebound, shoots the 3, and he rips it through. And that's the third made 3 of the game by Naz Reed. 35-26. Dallas with a possession. 5 on the floor look like this. Luca, Derek Lively the second. Dante Exum, who jacks up the three, bricked off the back rim. PJ Washington on the floor as well. Missed three by Exum. Defensive rebound. Minnesota lob down low. It's good in the buckets. Karl-Anthony Towns off the entry pass scores first double-digit lead of the series. 37-26. Top of the key, Luca fires the pass inside the key. Lively rolls down. No good. Missed off the mark. Got fouled from behind, though, and he'll shoot two at the free throw line. So Naz Reid is right there step for step. Good contest. Wasn't clean, though, in the contest, though, as Naz Reid picks up the shooting foul. That'll be the second personal foul tonight by Naz Reid. Nobody really major for both of these teams is listed out, I believe. Maxi Kleber is out for Dallas, and then Greg Brown and Olivier Maxence Prosper. So they have two of those guys are bench guys, and Kleber's the biggest name who is out. Lively makes both of the free throws, 37-28. For Minnesota, they got just a two-way player who's listed out, Jalen Clark. It's the only player that's listed out for the T-Wolves. Conley came into the game as questionable game time decision, but good to go right there. Mike Conley rattles down the triple. 12-point advantage for Minnesota right now. Finally able to start to drop their shots. Mike Conley has more points than he did in the last game. Just 6 points in 31 minutes. And game one tonight, he's got 7 points to begin the early stage of the second quarter. Conley at the right wing perimeter. Sends it on top over to Reed. Outside to Conley. Target center logo. Conley already with 7. Conley swings it out to the top here. Dribbling up with Kyle Anderson. Anderson inside the key. Floats up the shot. No good. Missed off the mark. Out of bounds. Last off of Dallas. It's going to stay Minnesota basketball. What's good? Jose in the street. Welcome in. Inbound over to Anderson. Anderson was open at the corner. Slow release. Just sent it outside to Reed. They moved it around the perimeter into the hands to Towns here at the elbow. Cats working on one defender. Guarded by Washington. Jumper got blocked by PJ Washington at the baseline. Dallas with possession. Approaching 10 minutes left to go in the second. They're in a 4-minute plus scoring drought right now. Luca with a 3. Got it. 40-31 for Luca, even though he's feeling under the weather. He's able to pour in the points. He's got 12. Top score in the game. Top of the key with Cats. Hands it off to Nikhil. Nikhil seeing if he can start to get going. He's had a couple rough games recently. Cat started to get going right now. Inside the key. Floats it up at a low block. It's good for 2. Got into early foul trouble for Cat, but back on the floor right now. Started to make an impact after a slow start. Luca with a leaner. Luca went up. He got fouled by Anderson. So this will be 2 shots coming up here at the free throw line by Luca. We got 400 plus on the stream right now. If you guys are new in the channel, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell here tonight. And thanks all for joining in, being a part of the stream here. Right now is a lot of legendary viewers out here. Guys, the real MVPs coming on this stream. First free throw coming up here by Luca at the free throw line. First one is up, first one is good. Hanging in for Dallas. That's what they did throughout the entirety of the last game. Eventually got them a game 1 win. Second free throw coming up for Luca. It is up. It is good. So he is the top scorer in the game right now. Luca's got 14. Edwards and Conley both leading the pack for Minnesota. Conley, much better game from him. He's got 7, looking to make it 10. Takes the 3, makes the 3 from downtown. Splash by Mike Conley. 10 points for him so far. That's a big improvement from game 1 to game 2 by Mike Conley. Luca at the right wing. He's guarded by Anderson 101. Jab step. Dribbles up to the elbow. Luca sends it outside to Exum. Back into the hands to Luca. 7 on the shot clock. Luca double teamed. His pass flung away. That's a turnover. It bounces all the way to the scorer's table. Luca missed the mark to his teammate across the floor on a pass, and it will go back to Minnesota with a 12-point lead. Neil, thanks for joining in from TNT. Deft Coyote, welcome back in the stream. Great start here for Minnesota. Looking to build up their lead right now. Touch pass, right corner. Anderson outside. Naz Reid, he's got the stroke tonight. Knocks down another triple. Timeout on the floor by Dallas. 48-33. Naz Reid, the third separate three that he has made from the corner in this game. 12 points off the bench, a plus 15 on the floor for the sixth man of the year. Just the deeper team with Minnesota. 8:43 left to go before halftime, and Naz Reid tonight is just wide open on target range, and he is feeling it right now. 12 by Reid off the bench. Anderson has a free throw. Bench points is 13-7 right now for Minnesota. 10 each between Edwards and Conley. Conley is stepping up in a big way tonight for him. He is perfect right now. 4 for 4, 2 for 2 from 3 for Mike Conley. So he's able to find gaps as once around the screener that he calls for is able to set him up, and he's able to get open around the perimeter and knock down some great threes, and he's done that twice so far. Dallas is in trouble right now. Doesn't look like Luca. He's got 14 points, but this is very hard to do now since they're down by 15 for Luca. That's this dude's gonna be gassed throughout the game. It looks like he's like sick for Luca. Like he's not feeling well at all. I'm gonna see if there's anything put out on Twitter from like sources if there's any updates about Luca, but yeah, there's been a couple times that the camera's shown him and he's been like bent over, not really feeling well. Looks like he has like a stomach bug or something. Henry, welcome on the stream here. Area 51, thanks for joining in. Yeah, he actually played in the previous flu game for Luca back in March of 2022. Yeah, something just seems off with Luca today so far. Yeah, they've already got help for Edwards, so Naz Reid, he's been awesome, same as Mike Conley. Those two have really stepped up. Plus, Cat has been able to get a couple buckets recently, too, for him. So, they're starting to take control of this game, and Gobert has been playing well. Gobert's able to rack the rim a couple times tonight. It's just been all around an excellent bounce-back performance so far by Minnesota. Exactly what I thought that they'd do tonight. There's no way this team, they're just so physical and just so mentally tough that they're not going to let themselves go down to 0-2 at home. What's good, BD in the channel? Welcome back in here, bud. All-out balance between 6 different players tonight. Edwards and Conley both with 10. Naz Reid's the top scorer. He's been left open 4 times in the corner. He has made 4 threes in the same corner, the near side corner, for 12 points for Naz Reid. 9 points by Cat, 6 points by Gobert. Back to action. Under 8:40 left to go. Dallas responds. Quick bucket. That was good by P.J. Washington for the basket. 48-35. Top of the key. Jaden McDaniels into the hands to Conley. Bounce pass, free throw circle. Anderson. McDaniels has been quiet tonight in this game offensively, but just such a good defender he is. Hook shot down low. Another bucket scored. That's by Kyle Anderson with 2 points off the bench. He is up to 3 currently in this game. Inbound for Dallas. Lively. Handoff Kyrie. Kyrie shovels out to the wing. Open three. Dallas no good. Around the rim and out to offensive rebound controlled by Kyrie. Washington dribbles up. Drives inside with the right hand. And he gutted a drop for the layup. 13 up now for the T-Wolves. Conley, been excellent, attacks, swings it off to Anderson, runner inside the Keywood space, and he connects on it. Kyle Anderson starting to get going right now in this game. Luca weaves his way around, drives inside the key, couldn't finish. Rare miss at the rim by Luca. Lively with the offensive rebound, though. Kyrie going attacking downhill, and it's going to be 2 shots here coming up at the free throw line. For Dallas is Mike Conley. Picked up the shooting foul. This is going to be Tim Hardaway Jr., who's out on the floor for the first time today. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Hey, what's good? Anastasia on the stream. Thanks for joining back in. Yeah, Tim Hardaway Jr. has really just fallen off a cliff this season with his production, especially in this playoffs. Like, he's had games that he's been just really well, and then other games that just hasn't been able to produce, and his minutes have gone down significantly. Missed the first one at the line. Deft Coyote with a dono. Really appreciate with a dono. Let's get that dono hype for Deft Coyote here. Legend on the channel. Free throw is no good, so you're battling for playing time, whereas you're losing playing time in the process if you're Tim Hardaway Jr., and you just bricked 2 free throws in a row. Minnesota now is the board up, basketball up by 15 with 7 minutes left to go. The pass off to the cutter downhill, missed off the mark by Conley with a layup, deflected out of bounds off of Dallas at the baseline. Minnesota right now just bringing the energy this entire game. This is the team that we saw second half against Denver come out and just crash the glass, come up with rebound after rebound, force a bunch of misses, and they're doing it right now. Edwards will check back in. Edwards, the tone setter to begin today, even though it hasn't been efficient for his field goal shooting numbers. He's been able to play downhill. He's got to the free throw line multiple times. Inbound. Hand off the Cat back to Edwards. Out on top. Cat takes the 3 straight away off the rim. No good. Rebound ripped away by Gafford for Dallas. So trailing by 15 now for Dallas. Looking off. And this game just having a tough time getting any sort of offensive flow with them. Luca, off-balance type of runner, not even close in the circus shot, looking right down to the officials. Unhappy about the call. Not back on the defensive side of the floor either. Edwards at the top of the key, gonna slow it down. 6:20 left to go before half. Edwards with an opening, takes the 3. Bang, bang, he sinks it. Anthony Edwards, trifecta from downtown. 55-37. Dallas, Jason Kidd elects to still have his team play through the process right now. Elects not to take the timeout as Dallas bricks the 3. Offensive rebound, putback opportunity, no good. Miss from point-blank range by Gafford. Here goes Edwards. Freight train down the lane, no good. Missed the layup off the glass. Looking for the foul call, couldn't get one, and things getting chippy right now. Ooh, we got some words, I believe, between Gobert and Luca, as Gobert picked up a loose ball foul. Ooh! Rudy Gobert, holy smokes, with a huge shot right there to the chest of Luca. And this is going to be a technical free throw here at the line for Kyrie. Holy smokes, that has a major impact on that. Luca's already 6. He just took a massive shot with a right arm by Gobert, dribbling up the floor in transition. Luca took a huge shot by Gobert. I cannot believe that the refs didn't look at that further at the monitor. I'm shell-shocked right now that they did not want to stop the game and look at that play at the monitor. And now Anderson will pick up the reach-in foul. Holy smokes. That was just flat out just Gobert just like threw out the right hand against Luca right in the middle part of his body. Like, gee. In the bonus now for Dallas, PJ Washington will shoot 2 at the line. First one's good. J Rich on the stream, welcome in. Yeah, Kyrie's been silent tonight. Second free throw is good by Washington. 55-40 right now. 15-point advantage. 6 points this quarter by P.J. Washington. Kyle Anderson on the floor with Anthony Edwards, Karl-Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, and Jaden McDaniels. They're starting fives on the floor. Edwards guarded at the target center logo by one defender. Kick out to the corner. A three taken by McDaniels. Missed off the mark. No good. Rebound secured by Luca. Luca outlet pass up the floor. Intercepted by Gobert. Minnesota has possession with it right back. Edwards, one-on-one dribbles, drives on Kyrie at the low block. Now back out to the elbow. Brings along a double team. Guarded one-on-one by Kyrie. Gets around the Gobert screen. Flings it outside. Goes over to McDaniels. Rises for the jumper. 15-footer. Came off the rim short. Rebound controlled by Dallas. Luca. One-on-one, guarded by McDaniels. Fall away. No good. Missed off the rim and out. Gobert collects the defensive rebound. Minnesota's going to slow it down. Anderson, handoff, Cat. Cat turns the corner, drives, no good. Put back flush. Works out that time for the T-Wolves. Rudy Gobert cleans it up with a two-hand put-back jam. 17-point lead for Minnesota. Just complete control of this game, too. Tonight. Kyrie, top of the key, outside to Luca. Luca, towards his left, guarded by Anderson. Flings it over to Kyrie. Takes the three. No good. Around the rim and out. Kyrie having a tough time getting anything to drop in this game right now. T-Wolves with the ball. Edwards taking on Luca. One-on-one. Bounce pass. Gobert. Handoff Edwards. His pass got kicked. And that's going to be called a kicked ball violation. Charge to Gafford. Tonight, Kyrie's been limited to 5 points right now. Really struggling. 2 for 7 shooting. 0 for 2 from 3. Luca's got 14. He's the only player that offensively has been able to beat the T-Wolves because after that, Dallas had 6 points with P.J. Washington, 6 points by Gafford. That's the big question for Dallas is once one of your key players in the Big Two gets taken out of the game, will you be able to respond with other players stepping up? And I'm not sure if that's going to be the case here against this T-Wolves squad because Minnesota, all they basically have to do is either take one out of the two out between Kyrie or Luca, and then you're forcing the others to beat you, which that's very, very difficult to do. They would need Tim Hardaway Jr. to get back to his old form for that to happen, being more so of a consistent type of player compared to he's always been streaky, but he's had moments that he's had some really, really good moments at times for Tim Hardaway Jr., but he's done nothing in this playoffs. Like, he's had some great moments this year. He had a 41-point game against the Pelicans back on January 15th. He had right in a row back in mid-January, 32 against the Knicks, 24 against the Pelicans, 41 against the Pelicans. But it's just been all over the map. Like, since February, his minutes have decreased. His point production has severely decreased. He's had a lot of multiple games with single-digit point totals, and in the playoffs has really dropped off. He has a 17-point game in Game 2 against OKC. That's it. The rest of the games, he's had single digits, like barely unplayable right now in the playoffs. He played 10 minutes in Game 1, didn't even take a single shot. He had nothing in Game 1 for Tim Hardaway Jr. So it's those players, because you need instant offense. Other than Luca and Kyrie, I'm not sure who can give you instant offense for Dallas. And it's just been non-existent. And this is Tim Hardaway Jr. at one stretch. He had 11 straight games that he scored in double figures. 11 straight games, and he had 14 out of 15 straight games at one point this year where he scored double figures, and he's just been non-existent. Yeah, Mr. Top's hopefully going to come back for halftime, so feel free to stay tuned for halftime as Mr. Top's going to make another halftime appearance here on the stream. Yeah, Derrick Jones Jr. hasn't done much either tonight. He's got only 2 points for him. So he's had a really rough game. It's just not much from the bench. Minnesota's got them outnumbered from the bench. When you get the 6th player of the year like Naz Reid, they get some really solid bench production out of their team. Kyle Anderson, too. He's got 5 right now. 17 points out of the bench from Minnesota. Just 7 by Dallas. Lively with 4. 3 by Hardy. Lively has 3 rebounds. Dallas hasn't been able to get their rebounds like the last game. Right now, they're -6 in the glass. Spike's going to stay in his tank tonight, so just tops. Yeah, I never put Spike and Tops together because Tops lives on dry land. He lives on soil that we have him in his tank for the tortoise. And Spike, who's the painted turtle, he lives in water. So he's an aquatic turtle for Spike that lives in a tank full of water. Luca with it. Turnaround jumper. Luca, no good off the rim. A rebound secured by McDaniels. 5 of the floor look like this here. McDaniels, Cat, Gobert, Naz Reid, Mike Conley. Mike Conley swings it off down low into the hands to Gobert. No good off the glass, and Gobert gets fouled. So 2 shots here coming up at the free throw line. Yeah, they're shooting 8 for 14 right now from 3, 57%. Naz Reid has been crushing it from 3. He's been awesome. But then again, a lot of that's on Dallas's defense. Dallas just hasn't made the adjustment that they're leaving Naz Reid completely wide open. He's burned them 4 times on the corner threes. First shot missed to the line for Gobert. There's Naz Reid. He checks back into the game once again. Second shot by Gobert right down the middle. 58-40 right now. 18-point advantage, and Minnesota looking like a totally changed team right now. Super hungry in this game, too. Dallas with possession. Luca, edge of the midcourt logo, guarded by Edwards, gets around the Lively screen that he sets, brings along the double team. Over to the corner. Kyrie drives inside the key. Tough shot, no good. Kyrie went down, able to get back up, out to the right corner off the offensive rebound. Shot clock's down to 1. Here's a 3 at the wing. No good again. Missed off the mark by Kyrie, and we have a loose ball. Foul picked up. Charge to Dallas on the floor. This is going right back in Minnesota's direction. Minnesota lob over the top. Gobert couldn't have it. Back in transition. Up the floor here to Luca. Luca at the low block. Floats it up over the top. There's the alley-oop jam on their side of the floor over to Derek Lively. Kind of odd that the scores like this right now when we had an alley-oop to start and Minnesota burned a timeout 34 seconds into the game. The reason why was because they weren't able to find a proper player to inbound it. Nobody was available in the backcourt, but that's how we started off the game, and it seemed like Dallas wanted to send a message to Minnesota, but they just weren't able to sustain that. There's another dunk by Lively. Luca with a fastball as he zips one right down the middle off the Lively. 58-44 now. Explosive with Lively. Big time. Racked the rim on 2 straight dunks in a row. Edwards has it at the top of the key. Edwards dribbles, drives right down the lane inside. Skip pass, right corner. McDaniels and a 3, no good. Pinwheeled off the backboard. Rebound controlled by Dallas. They get a 2-on-1. Up the floor, Josh Green with an assist over to Luca with a layup. Making an impact to close it and close the deficit right now. It's only a 12-point game. 58-46. Minnesota's gone in the scoring drought of over 3 minutes. Conley inside the key, a runner looking to respond. He does just that. Mike Conley been excellent today. Floats to the runner, splashes it. Minute 20 left to go before half. As Luca will take the three over Edwards. No good. Skipped around the rim and out. The putback is there for two by Josh Green. Responding right back for Dallas. Creeping in. Still down by 12 as Mike Conley's going to slow it down. Conley at the top. He's guarded by Luca one-on-one. Conley towards his right as Gobert sets the screen. Passes to the left corner. The shovel pass inside. Missed the mark by McDaniels. Tough game by McDaniels as Kyrie attacks downhill. Lob over the top. Lively couldn't field it off his fingertips. Turns it over. Goes right back over to Minnesota here. Final 40 seconds left to go before halftime. T-Wolves going to slow it down. Edwards. Guarded at the right wing perimeter. Gobert sets the screen. Frees up Edwards with a three. Missed off the mark. No good. Offensive rebound. Able to out-hustle Josh Green for the loose ball. Edwards. 10 in the shot clock. Edwards fires it out. Right corner. Mike Conley Jr. tees up a three around the rim and out. The rebound secured by Luca. Luca's going to slow it down. Shot clock's turned off. He's guarded by McDaniels. Crossing the midcourt logo. Kyrie is guarded at the far side by Edwards, the one who takes him on right now, as we're down to final couple seconds left to go before halftime. Luca at the left wing, step back three at the buzzer. It came off the rim short, put back chance no good, missed off short by Josh Green, and we close out going to halftime. 60-48, Minnesota leading by 12, and a much, much better effort by the T-Wolves here. The first half of action leading the first 24 minutes tonight by 12. Anthony Edwards early on setting the tone for his team, playing downhill, getting to the rim tonight in this game, and they've been on full attack mode throughout the entire course of this night, but also this lead wouldn't be for sure if it wasn't for Naz Reid and Mike Conley, both of those guys finding their shots throughout this game, hitting some critical threes. Thirteen points by Edwards, leading the way for Minnesota. Hasn't been an efficient game, but still, how he's been able to get downhill to the free throw line and be able to shoot multiple free throws at the beginning of the first quarter really was able to set the tone for his team to come throughout the course of the night. Mike Conley's got 12 right now. He's been solid, making 2 threes, 5 for 8 from the floor, finding the gaps in the defense, and he's been real smart with his shot selection. Carly here for Conley tonight. 12 points by Naz Reid. Just, there's a critical failure by Dallas, just not even bothering to cover Naz Reid. Like, do these guys for the Mavs know that Naz Reid can shoot threes as well? And he's making them at the corner constantly right now. He's perfect from three, 4 for 4 at the near side corner from three-point range in 16 minutes with 12 points for Naz Reid. Gobert's got 9, Towns is 9, Cat got into early foul trouble, no problem. They're up by 12 right now at halftime. And then Jaden McDaniels, he was really solid last game, especially offensively, but tonight has had a tough first half for McDaniels here. So McDaniels is yet to score. Also passed it to the wrong player to turnover. And then for Dallas, basically it's been one player who's trying to carry the load. Luca's got 16. Kyrie has been non-existent in the first half. Kyrie's only got 5 right now on 2 for 8 shooting, struggling tonight. But yeah, Luca, there was a couple times that we saw earlier in the game he was bent over by Luca for him. So something seems like it's completely off tonight by Luca. Looks like he's like feeling under the weather for him. Lively's got 8 off the bench. They've started to mount a little bit of a comeback right now. Still a long way to come on back for Dallas. But Derek Lively, a couple key lobs that he's received. And this is a Dallas team that plays above the rim for them. They got players like Gafford and Lively that go up constantly for alley-oop jams. That's how they were able to take the third quarter. Minnesota allowed a couple quick lobs to start off the third in game 1. And if you're the T-Wolves here, you got to realize that they started to get those lobs going late stretch of the second quarter. Once they collected long rebounds, they started to go up and space the floor and be able to get on fast break transition. And that's where they operate those lobs usually, is fast break transition, or just out of nowhere how they began the game with an alley-oop lob. It was from just the best ball movement that we've seen all game from Dallas in possession number 1 for them. So it's basically Luca that's carrying the load, 16 out of the 48. They're going to need much more than Luca in order to come on back in this game. Kyrie limited to 5. PJ Washington's got just 6, and Derrick Jones Jr. is 2. So that's a rundown with the top 4 options on the Dallas Mavericks, that they've had a tough game. Lively's got 8 off the bench for him, and he's actually the number 2 scorer right now. So if you guys are new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. Minnesota shooting the cover off the ball from 3-point range. They're 8 for 17 at 47% from 3. And they were up like around 60% at one point from 3-point range for the T-Wolves. Dallas has yet to really been able to find their shot throughout this entire series from 3. They've gone 6 quarters now, really struggling to make their 3-point shots. Tonight they're just 4 for 14 from 3. They only made 6 threes. They went 6 for 25 in game 1 for Dallas. So this has continued that they're having a lot of difficulty making threes. Kyrie has had a couple looks, just hasn't been able to send them down. And much better effort by Minnesota tonight. Points in the paint and on the glass. Those were the 2 margins. They got significantly outnumbered, and tonight through one half, they're +1 in the glass, 25-24. They're -2 points in the paint right now, 28-26, which they'll buy that because Dallas has converted on half the amount of 3-point shots that Minnesota has right now. Yeah, poll right now is pretty close as well. Minnesota leading the poll 53-47 right now. So feel free to vote in the poll if you guys would like as well. And thanks all for patiently waiting right now at halftime. I'll be back here in just a moment. Going to see if I can get my Tortoise Mr. Tops out. If anybody's interested in another Tortoise viewing, feel free to let me know. I'll get my Tortoise Mr. Tops out here for halftime, and I'll show you guys the Tortoise here. So I'll be back in just a moment. Going to turn on my brake slide for a minute. Gonna go get Mr. Tops the Tortoise, and then I'll be back for the Tortoise halftime showing on the channel. Daniel with a dono. You the legend, brother, with a dono. Let's get that dono hype for Daniel. Thanks so much, man. Really appreciate it. You're awesome, brother. Incredible. I'll be back in just a moment. Going to get Mr. Tops the Tortoise, who he'll be on the stream here in just a moment. All right, so I'm back here. So thanks all for patiently waiting, and I just got my tortoise, Mr. Tops, right now at halftime. So without any further ado, this is my tortoise, Mr. Tops, and he enjoys romaine lettuce. So he likes clovers, he likes lettuce. That's what we usually feed him, and sometimes we feed him dandelions too. But looks like he has got his head out of his shell tonight, Mr. Tops, and the weekend, getting ready for this weekend. We get a holiday weekend over here in the U.S., but there's the tortoise, Mr. Tops, on the channel during halftime, and he was active yesterday, quite active once again today as he's got his claws out and really wants to show his length here to the audience, what he has with his claws moving back and forth. So that's the showing of Mr. Tops right now at halftime, and we'll be back in a couple moments here. All right, so right now at halftime here, Mr. Tops the Tortoise making a special guest appearance on the stream, and thanks all for joining in right now as we're just at halftime. If you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ice Baby, absolute legend in the channel here with the memberships. Really appreciate it for Ice Baby. So we got 5 gifted memberships out here to the chat, sent by Ice Baby for Iceberg Slim 38. Matthew, welcome in. M. Stone, Miles, and David. So appreciate it from Ice Baby, legendary on the channel. It's a good time anyway right now to be able to update my memberships. If anybody's interested in becoming a channel member, it's as low as $1.99 per month for the US dollar rate to become a channel member. And I'm going to have to see if I can get all these names down, possibly like create another line or so. So that is awesome. So thank you so much for the generosity coming from Ice Baby. Thank goodness nowadays for copy and paste, because that helps out a ton. Ian, what's good? Welcome back in on the stream here, man. Hope all is going well. Royal Dutch Airlines in the channel. Welcome in. Liking the T-Wolves tonight for this one. Hit us up in the chat who guys like to win here, Minnesota or Dallas tonight in this game, and just completely controlling the first half for Minnesota. It's been a total team effort. A lot of guys have been able to step up and be able to play much, much better than they had during the last game. Naz Reid, he's been excellent so far for him off the bench. 12 points for him off the bench. Perfect 4 for 4 from three-point range. And Mike Conley Jr. has been able to bounce back and respond in a huge way so far today. Pringle, welcome back in, like in Dallas here for this one. Yeah, I think we're going to have a great series between these two teams. On the other side, I'm a Celtics fan, though I think Boston is going to do it in most likely 5, I would have, but if they don't get back Halliburton for the next game, the Celtics could do it in 4 and sweep Indiana possibly. I did not expect that after the first game for sure, but we'll see what happens throughout the entire course of that series there. Yeah, I would go Anthony Edwards as well, so I'm right with Deft Coyote of the MVP tonight. Edwards is he's a second half riser as well for him, just takes over the game starting in the third quarter, so I do like Edwards tonight to be the top player this game. Do I plan on bringing one of my the neighbor's dog, Nico? So he's a golden retriever. Maybe sometime my mom will have to be there to make sure to hold him down on his leash, because if he's let go off the leash with my streaming equipment, then my streaming equipment would be just ripped to shreds and broken down quick. Yeah, you'd see a golden retriever flying in, knocking down stuff all over. So he's a really, really excited dog. So so we take care of golden retriever. He's the neighbor's dog across the street when my neighbor works. So he leaves like an hour before I start the stream every day. So my mom takes care of him during the weekdays from 3 p.m. up until like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and then he goes back once his owner comes home. So unfortunately, he's never usually part of these streams. I think I showed him once a couple of years ago on a March Madness stream when it was like an afternoon game at like 4 o'clock, and he was home. But unless he stays overnight, which that only happens when the neighbor's on vacation, which he actually takes a good amount of vacation days for him, but I don't think he has any vacation days coming up soon. Yep, just an absolute wrecking machine with that dog. He's calmed down, though, so he's just a really excited golden retriever. Here we go, start of the second half right now. Right to left on the floor, Minnesota has the possession. White jerseys, dark blue numbers, dark blue letters, green outline for the T-Wolves. Edwards on the floor with the Cats, as Karl-Anthony Towns will take the 3, and he makes it to begin the third quarter. They pick off where they left off. Karl-Anthony Towns up to double digits now as he has got himself 12. And he wasn't playing too often beginning in this game. He picked up 2 quick personal fouls, had to spend quite a bit of time on the bench. Luca, lob pass, almost got intercepted into the hands, though, of Derrick Jones Jr. in the corner. Jones moves over to the left corner. Kyrie lobs it across the floor. Follow away. Gafford came up short at the buzzers. They used the entire shot clock, and this game looks like it's out of reach of Dallas. First possession, not even remotely close to getting a good look there off. Fall away, mid-range shot, brick the 3 by Cat at the left wing as he missed it off the back rim too strong. And that was a poor shot selection by Cat going early into the shot clock, just forcing up a left wing perimeter 3. Luca downhill to the rim as Gobert will pick up the shooting foul, and this will send Luca to the free throw line shoot too. So Luca's been a one-man show tonight in this game for Dallas. He's the only player in double figures for the Mavs with 17. After that, everybody else with 8 points or fewer. Much more balanced by Minnesota tonight. The T-Wolves, 13 points by Anthony Edwards, 12 each between a trio of Naz Reid from the bench, Mike Conley, and now Karl-Anthony Towns. He's got 12 points. First one is good at the line for Luca. Second shot by Luca is good. Yeah, it was very odd for a timeout to be called 34 seconds into the game. Mike Conley, he was the inbound passer. There was nobody open in the backcourt, so that's the reason why Minnesota had to burn a timeout after they hadn't even possessed the basketball once throughout the entire course of the game. I thought it was strictly because Dallas sent a message right to Minnesota off the alley-oop jam, but it was actually called by Conley on the timeout on the inbound because nobody was there getting open for Minnesota. And that's how the game started, and how it started, you would think that this would be a back and forth game. Dallas sending a message to Minnesota, but no. Minnesota started to run away with this thing right now. First free throw is good. Karl-Anthony Towns back to the free throw line shooting 2. First one is good. We're getting almost 400 plus in the stream right now. If you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here. Thanks all for joining and being a part of the stream. I plan on being back in tomorrow night as well, covering Celtics against Pacers. Game number 3 of the series. Boston's up 2-0. Second free throw is good by Cat. 14 points now by Karl-Anthony Towns tonight. PJ Washington drives it inside. A runner. It is good for 2 by PJ. Mike Conley, guarded by Luca at the left wing perimeter, down to 10 minutes left to go in the third. Conley lobs it over to Katz. Katz backs his way at Luca, fires it out to the top here. Conley wide open, laces up the 3, came off the rim short. Rebound controlled by Gafford. Bounce pass out to the left elbow, Washington. Washington is working on Conley 101. Washington off to Kyrie. Kyrie's only got 5. Dribbles, drives, jumper, 15-footer over. Katz came off the rim short. Rebound controlled by Conley. That time, Kyrie took Karl-Anthony Towns on as the primary defender, and it's just been a tough game for Luca. Or a tough game for Kyrie tonight. It's been a one-man show, basically, for Dallas, with Luca the only player to double digits. Edwards off the glass, no good. Looking for the fall call, couldn't get it off. It's a rebound. New 14 off the rebound, controlled by Gobert. Outside to the top, touch pass Conley, over to Towns. Attacks, downhill to the rim, couldn't finish. Holy smokes, though, with a putback. Rudy Gobert comes in, and not going to give him the 2, though. So referees ruled a foul happened on the initial miss with Karl-Anthony Towns. Rudy Gobert coming right from behind, crashing the glass, throwing it down, but he will not be awarded a two-handed dunk. So instead, this will go down as free throws. 2 shots coming up here at the free throw line. Karl-Anthony Towns shooting 2. Yep, Dallas closed their inbox. Dallas Mavericks have left the chat. It's not looking so hopeful right now for Dallas in this game. First one is good at the line for Cap. Like, Minnesota has this game well in control right now. Like, there hasn't really been many signs that Dallas is going to mount a comeback, and there you go. There's another poor sign for Dallas. They couldn't box out to come up with a defensive rebound. Mike Conley collects the offensive board. Conley on a 3, takes the 3, and he gets fouled. And this is going to be 3 shots, I believe, here coming up at the free throw line for Mike Conley. He came up with an offensive rebound. He dribbled back all the way to the perimeter. Kyrie guarded him, and this will be 3 shots as Kyrie picks up the shooting foul as Kyrie fouled Conley in the 3-point shot attempt. That's his 3rd foul tonight by Kyrie. Just 5 points in 22 minutes, having a really, really rough game. 3 shots here by Conley. First one is good. Bradley, welcome back in here, man. This has been a one-man, or just basically a one-team lopsided show tonight. And this one, if you're just joining in, Minnesota having a ton of balance with their team right now. Second free throw missed by Conley. Mike Conley Jr. having an excellent game by him. Karl-Anthony Towns starting to come alive with 15 leading the way. 14 by Conley, 13 by Edwards, 12 by Reed. They got 4 guys in double figures. And Dallas, all they have is Luca with 17. Third free throw is good by Conley. Yeah, he's been able to respond and redeem this game for Conley. Luca at the top, fires a bullet down low. 2-handed flush by Daniel Gafford. Where's that been all night for Dallas? 68-54, an absolute laser of a pass here by Luca. Luca went into a jump shot motion and then instead passed it down off the roller to Daniel Gafford. 8 points, 4 rebounds, 4 blocks tonight by Gafford. Conley guarded around the perimeter by Kyrie. Gets right past Kyrie with a lot of space. Runner bricked off the back rim, no good. Missed by Conley out to the window off the offensive rebound. McDaniels in the 3 came off the rim, no good. Rebound control by Dallas. Dallas by 14. Jaden McDaniels having a tough night for him tonight. Still nothing in the board on 0 for 5 shooting. Luca attacks inside the paint. Luca, too easy. Right to the rim, he scores. Now it's down to 12, but whenever they've mounted a comeback and made it a 12-point game, Minnesota has found a way to respond right back. We'll see if they can do that once again. Edwards looking to set the tone here with the next run. Takes the jumper, and he nails it. Anthony Edwards knocks down the deep 2J. Here we go, run number 2 in this quarter, about to mount out to something here from Minnesota if they can keep it up and propel off that run with example by Edwards. Corner 3 wide open, bricked off the back rim, missed, no good by Derrick Jones Jr. Rebound secure by Cat. Up the floor off to Edwards. Edwards, he has 15, tied for Cat for the top scorer from Minnesota. Edwards guarded by Luca, 1-on-1 at the left wing. Edwards switched here, guarded around the perimeter by Gafford. Edwards, 5 in the shot clock, dribbles, drives, right past Gafford to the cup. Huge rejection from behind, though, by Gafford as he denies. Anthony Edwards and Luca takes it coast to coast and scores. It goes back to a 12-point game. Edwards cannot believe that was a complete no call by the officials. Andrew, welcome in. Thanks for joining in here, man. Conley will slow down the possession as we approach the 7-minute mark left to go in the third. Conley at the right elbow. Pass off the roll down. Gobert underneath. Gobert gets sandwiched. Gobert gets fouled. And Rudy Gobert will shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line. Yeah, that was a clean block by Gafford from behind, denying Edwards. Daniel Gafford tonight just recorded his 5th block of the game for him. So 2 free throws here by Gobert. First one is no good. Went around the rim and out. Hey, what's good? Welcome back into Angel on the stream. We got 500 plus watching right now. If you're new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you'd like to come on back for future live streams, feel free to ring that notification bell as well to be notified for future live streams. I plan on being back tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, covering Celtics against Pacers for game number 3. Gobert nails down the second free throw. 13-point lead here from Minnesota as we're down to 7 minutes left to go in the third. Minnesota 16 for 22 tonight, 73% on free throws. Dallas 10 for 14 at 72% at the free throw line. Luca, another bullet inside the key over to the wide open roller. It is a 2-hand jam by Derek Lively II. An 11-point game right now as Minnesota will burn a timeout. A little bit of momentum here by Dallas. Haven't been able to creep back, win in single digits though. 71-60 as we take the timeout. We've got 6:47 left to go in the third here. My clock actually didn't want to start during that last sequence. Got it back though, so we're down to 6:47 left to go. But yeah, still got a long way left to go. All you need for Dallas is just T-Wolves to go on a cold streak. And then if Minnesota goes in a scoring drought, you get yourselves back in the game if you're able to get buckets yourself during that span and are able to score. So finally for Dallas, they find their number 2 scorer who has reached double figures, Derek Lively. 4 slam dunks, perfect 4 for 4 at the rim with 10 points. Luca is the top scorer with 22. 7 rebounds, 7 assists by Luca tonight, but the party's not going to get started for Dallas until Kyrie shows up, and that has not been the case tonight. He has been locked down constantly in this game. Still stuck at 5 points right now for Kyrie. Derrick Jones Jr. having a rough night as well with just 2. PJ Washington is 8. And if you can take one out of the 2 out of this game, if you're Minnesota's defense, either limits, pick your poison, limits Kyrie or Luca, then you're in good hands to win this game, since both of the guys in the duo are not going off. And T-Wolves looking good right now. We'll see if they can sustain it. They've been able to do so throughout the entire course of this game. They're hungry. They're playing hungry tonight. They're playing desperate. They're playing like a team that's definitely down 0-1, and they are. So they've shown it tonight. That rebound total, they're only +4 in the glass. It seems like it's a lot more for them, honestly. They lead rebounding 32-28. Also for Dallas, they still cannot find their three-point shot. 4 for 15 from 3 for them. They shot the ball poorly this entire series from three-point range. If they can start to find like 1 or 2 threes in a row, then this momentum completely switches over to Dallas right now. Instead of all they need to do, make 2 threes, they put themselves winning a 5-point game if that does happen. And they're able to get 2 stops. So 71-60 as we come back from the timeout. 6:47 left to go in the third, and this will be Minnesota basketball. Right to left on the floor, Mike Conley Jr. on the floor with Anthony Edwards, Karl-Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, Jaden McDaniels. Conley flings it out to the left corner. Cat sends it off to the key. Up fake, Gobert, spin move, down at the low block, guarded by Lively. Has position and couldn't put it up cleanly, though, as it went over the cylinder, and Luca came up with a rebound. So that did not even touch the rim there by Rudy Gobert. Luca, step back 3 in the air, takes it, and he makes it. There's 1-3 in the books for Dallas. It's an 8-point game. 71-63. The last game they were hanging in. Trailed as made by 9. Tonight they've trailed even further. In this game, they're right now down by 8. Edwards looking for a response right back. Missed the 3 around the rim and out. Offensive rebound, put back chance, no good. Off the glass, missed by Gobert. And Gobert commits the loose ball foul as he bumps Lively, who collected the defensive rebound. Here comes Dallas, exactly what I said during the timeout. All they have to do, get some stops, make 2 threes in a row. Then we're talking about a different game right now. And even if they make one of these shots, whatever they make, all you need one is a field goal here from the floor, and you get yourselves winning a 2-possession game. And Dallas will have the ball. Gobert just picked up his 3rd personal foul of the night just a moment ago. Largest lead of this game by Minnesota as Dallas cuts it. Dallas makes the jumper inside the key. It's a 6-point game right now. 18-point lead was the largest lead at one point for Minnesota. That was good by Luca. Who else inside the key? 3.5-minute run of a 15-3 run by Dallas. That will be a 15-5 run, and that is a critical bucket by McDaniels. Jaden McDaniels finally gets one to drop inside the key for 2. Luca down the far side. He's guarded by McDaniels. Now dribbles up, drives inside the key. Luca flings it out on top. His pass deflected. Intercepted though by Towns with a steal up the head over to Nikhil Alexander-Walker, who scores the layup. There's a swing of the game right now. 75-65, the steal and the bucket. And Luca committed his 4th turnover of the game. At the right wing, it's Jaden Hardy. Hardy dribbles up to the free throw circle. Drives. Runner. Got it to go. Right past Nikhil. Good for 2. Now the scoring starting to pick up here. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up. Hit the like. Hit the subscribe. We're down to 4:35 left to go in the third quarter. 40-30 points in the paint in favor of Dallas. Cat backs his way. Cat down low. Left-handed hook shot, no good. Off the front rim with a rebound controlled by P.J. Washington for Dallas. Luca backs his way. Luca guarded by Nikhil. Moves it on top over to PJ, outside to Hardy. Hardy swings it over to Luca. Luca at the right wing, dribbles up, drives inside, and we have a foul picked up in the reach-in committed by McDaniels. Clock will stop with 4:14. What a game here. Finally, Dallas has been able to start to get into a rhythm. They trailed as many by 18 points at one point. They are hanging in right now. The total definition of the Mavs in this series is hanging in until they surpass Minnesota and win the game. They did that during the last game. They trailed for as many by 90% approximately during the last game. Trailing by just 8 right now, as many by 18 at one point. Handoff around the perimeter. Luca rises for the 3. Off the back rim, no good. A huge offensive rebound tipped out by Josh Green. Luca drives, swings it out to the wing. Wide open 3. P.J. Washington couldn't convert. Really good look, but a pinball around the rim and out. Edwards up the floor, outside to the right wing. Here's a 3. No good. Bricked off the back iron, missed by Nikhil Alexander-Walker. A lot of brick shots recently. Some really good looks. Haven't been able to send them down. Luca, no look pass to Josh Green. Open 3. He splashes it. 75-70. It's a 5-point game. Luca with a no look over to Josh Green. Minnesota looking to keep their foot on the gas pedal. It's been off recently. Cat attacks downhill to the rim. Cat, huge collision. No call with the referees. He got stripped. He lost it. Turns it over. Luca with a steal. Luca has scored or assisted on the previous 7 out of 9 Dallas field goals. Luca at the top. Luca with a 330-footer. Off the back rim, no good. Tip to the corner. Defensive rebound. Hauled in by McDaniels. I would have went crazy right there if Luca had been able to knock down that 3. Edwards stays in the quarter play. Edwards at the left wing. 12 in the shot clock, under 3 minutes left to go. Edwards dribbles, drives, dump off to the right wing. Catch and fire. Nikhil again. Bricked off the back rim. Nikhil Alexander-Walker just hasn't been able to make his shots for this entire series. Dallas is hanging in the game right now. 75-70. And off the bench, Nikhil Alexander-Walker just 2 points tonight. We're going to have a timeout on the floor. 75-70 as Dallas burns the timeout. Wow, this is getting too close for comfort here. The Minnesota Timberwolves came into this game really, really desperate. That they need to win this one in order to win this series. If you lose this game, you're going down to Dallas, flying out to Dallas down to 0-2. That is super disappointing for Minnesota. And they started to get lax. I talk about my Celtics a lot, starting to take the foot off the gas pedal. That's exactly what Minnesota did right there. Completely. They took their foot off the gas pedal after leading by 18. They had an opportunity to really just be able to up their lead to 20+, shut down the door, and put in the reserves early on in this game. Just like yesterday when Indiana, when 9 minutes left to go, put in their reserves after the Celtics led by 17 and threw in the towel. But that has not happened right now. Dallas is right in this game, and we got a battle to the finish. And this is without Kyrie having an impact in tonight's game. Kyrie just 5 points in 25 minutes. He has had minimal impact. Luca, massive tonight. 27 points. 4 for 9 from three-point range. He has been able to find his stroke tonight. The last game he was well off from 3. Tonight he's found his shot. And Dallas has been able to find their shot recently from 3 after struggling in this game. All of a sudden, they're up to 30% from 3. So still a lot of improvements. They need to shoot better from 3 for Dallas. But that is up from around like 22% at one point in this game. Yes, had a pretty good day today. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win here, Minnesota or Dallas. Type it in if you're new in the channel. Smash the thumbs up, hit the like. If you enjoy the content here, make sure to subscribe and Keep on joining on these streams for future live streams in the channel. I cover basketball action, play-by-play, NBA games throughout the playoffs. Also, a couple months ago, covered a lot of great college hoops games during March Madness as well. Right now, the poll is pretty close. It's 53-47 in favor of Minnesota. Luca's got 27. Derek Lively, the second, has 10. This has been all Luca this game, basically. 8 points each between P.J. Washington and Daniel Gafford. And Minnesota's very lucky right now that Kyrie's not going off like the last game. Minnesota's got 5 guys in double figures scoring. Just, it's been all balanced for them. It's been nobody really been able to take control of the game and seize control. That's the thing. 15 points by Edwards. He is 4 for 15 though from the floor, so he has really struggled with efficiency tonight for Ants. 15 points by Cat, who has also struggled with efficiency, 4 for 15 from the floor. And this is credit out to the Dallas Mavericks defense, because Dallas, the second half of the year, they are playing out in their minds defensively for Dallas, especially on in this playoffs. 14 by Mike Conley. He's been great today. 12 points by Naz Reid. Hasn't scored, though, in this third quarter. And then 10 by Gobert. Anybody's game right now. 2:44 left to go. Dallas is down by just 5 points. This is the closest that they've been for a long time in this game. Dallas with a possession. Kyrie lost the handle, slipped with it, got it back though. Kyrie outside, finds his teammate to the left wing, a 3, and it's good. Jaden Hardy knocks down the 3. It's a 2-point game. 75-73. This is going to be a major disappointment if Minnesota lets this one slip away tonight. McDaniels draws, or that's Nickeil Alexander-Walker who drew the double. Reach and foul committed by Josh Green. This will stop the clock with 2:10. Minnesota is now in a bonus, so they'll be shooting free throws here at the line with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Edgard, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining in. 21-7 run in almost 7 minutes by Dallas right now. They were trailing as many by 18 at one point in this game. It's nothing new this year. The NBA has had comeback after comeback this season. I expect so much more out of Minnesota. You get a home game, you lost the last game, you let it slip away, and you're coming off winning against 7 against the defending champs, where you were dominant in the second half, just locked down defensively, and we have yet to see that in the second half here tonight, that Dallas has started to make their shots recently. It's a 4-point game. Both of the free throws were good by Alexander Walker. Kyrie, bounce pass left wing. Jaden Hardy drives, floats up over the top, and they throw it down with a 2-handed flush. Alley-oop jam good sent to Daniel Gafford up on the rooftop with a jam. 77-75. We get the game here, folks. One possession matchup. Nickeil attacks downhill. Got it to go with a left-hand finish. Nickeil Alexander-Walker finally started to come alive here for the last minute for Minnesota. Minute and a half left to go in the third. Battle to the finish right now. Kyrie just with 5 points. Dribbles up to the elbow. Kyrie fall away low block. Kiss off the glass. He scores. Up and it off the backboard. Kyrie Irving good for 2. Wow, just a sensational game. Dallas, for them to keep their composure and hang in after many people, including what I thought myself in the first half, that Minnesota controlled this game. I thought clearly Dallas would stand no chance. At one point, it was clearly Minnesota, but have the tables turned or what? Gobert just finished with a layup at the rim, attacking downhill, missed the layup, no good. By Kyrie, out of bounds it went, and it was off of Dallas last. This will be Minnesota basketball with 53 seconds left to go. Inbound from Minnesota, they cross the midcourt logo. T-Wolves by 4, looking to add to it. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, couple big buckets recently, sends it off to Kyle Anderson. Anderson inside the key, 1-foot runner, they will not count it. The fans celebrating, they thought it was an and one. Anderson off the 1-foot runner, gets fouled according to the officials before the shot from behind is committed by Hardy. So 2 free throws here at the line. 39 seconds left to go by Kyle Anderson. Daily vlogs of Celso on the stream. Welcome in. Taking the T-Wolves tonight in this one. Hit us up in the chat. Who you guys like to win? T-Wolves or Mavs? First free throw is good by Anderson. Yeah, Kyrie's really had a tough game today. Big layup he made a couple moments ago. Second free throw by Anderson. It is up. It is good. 83-77. The Dallas Mavericks are hanging in right now. The Dallas Mavericks are looking for a big bucket to cut the deficit even further. Kyrie at the top of the key right here. Kyrie guarded by Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 101. Switch now guarded by Kyle Anderson at the target center logo. Kyrie dribbles up to the right elbow. A lot of dribbling going on right now. Kyrie, as the whistle was blown a well time before, and I don't think Kyrie heard that whistle. And the clock stops with 21 seconds. Yeah, the whole play is done in both Kyrie and Anderson. Kyrie's still dribbling for another 5 seconds after Anderson picked up the reach and fall. That is too funny. Timber on the stream. Welcome back in here, bud. Edwin, thanks for joining in. 20 seconds left to go. Kyrie sends it out to the corner. Derrick Jones Jr. Hand off Kyrie. Bounce pass off the roll down. Jones gets fouled by Gobert. This will be 2 shots covered up by Dallas at the free throw line. 12.6 seconds left to go in the quarter. Derrick Jones Jr. with a strong take right there over Rudy Gobert. Able to draw the contact and the foul, and Rudy just picked up his 4th personal foul. Foul trouble looks like this tonight. Rudy Gobert with 4 personal fouls. Everybody else with 2, 1, or 0. Right now for Minnesota, 4 personal fouls by Kyrie. Everybody else with 2, 1, or 0 for Dallas. 2 shots at the line for Dallas with Derrick Jones Jr. The first free throw is up. The first free throw is good. 83-78 as Derek Lively will check in. Looking for some size advantage in case they can tip up one for an offensive rebound off a miss, potentially. So he comes in. Second free throw by Derrick Jones Jr. The ball is up. The ball is right down the middle. 83-79. 12 seconds left to go. Inbound from Minnesota. Edwards crosses the midcourt logo. Edwards towards his right. At the right wing. Sends it on top. Naz Reid lays up a 3. Laser beam right down the middle. He shreds down the triple. Naz Reid off the pull-up J straight away. Big time 3 ball. 86-79 to close out the end of the third quarter. Anthony Edwards with an assist, and Naz Reid, he is feeling it. From 3-point range tonight, a giant killer from the perimeter. 5 for 7 from the floor. Perfect 5 for 5 from 3-point range with 15 off the bench. But a 6th man of the year tie for the top scorer in the team right now through 3 quarters. That's a critical 3. Gives Minnesota back all the momentum that they wanted. And they just got it right back in their direction. Huge momentum builder 3 by Naz Reid. And that's the first 3 that he's made that has been not from the corner. That was a straight line top of the key 3 that he just buried. Monster 3. It's those 3s that you close out the quarter and you're like, yeah, let's get this. We're going on to the 4th. Your team is pumped up because of that. Minnesota has all the momentum back. I remember Peyton Pritchard against the Cavs in one of the games in the series. He buried a 3-point shot, sunk it down from midcourt at the buzzer. That gave the Celtics the rest of the momentum to close out the game. Yeah, everybody has different opinions on different players, but I see where you're coming from, Andrew. I have to say, this version of Kyrie, has been the best version, I believe, of his career for Kyrie. He's straight up balling this year. Tonight, the point total doesn't reflect, but throughout the course of the season, his consistency, tonight's, one of those blips that he has right now. And there's still a fourth quarter left to be played, but for him, he's just strictly focused on basketball this year. It's a much different version of Kyrie compared to what he was when he stomped on Lucky a couple of years ago in the playoffs. And then back in 2019, he gave up on the Celtics in the playoffs, and then there's a lot of tension over in Brooklyn that he didn't even bother showing up for most of the games when he played for the Nets, and then Stephen A. was calling out Kyrie quite a bit for not showing up to work every single day. But since he got traded to Dallas, Kyrie has been focused on one thing, and that is basketball, and his building good team chemistry around his teammates, fitting in the right place, and also trying to win that championship for Dallas and representing the Western Conference in the NBA Finals. And much different player that he has been this year when he's been reliable and he's focused strictly on basketball compared to years past for him. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so even though I'm a Celtics fan, you guys probably like, yeah, you hate Kyrie and stuff, or so that you're bitter about it and stuff like that. Well, 2019 is that's 5 years ago. I moved on from that. Gonna move on and have a short memory, and every year new things arise, and every year different stuff happens, and every year resets, and then you have to play every single game to improve and get your spot in the standings and see if you can make the playoffs. And last year, the Dallas Mavericks were not even a part of the playoffs a year ago. Missed shot by Edwards at the rim. Rebound control by Lively as we get back to action here beginning the fourth quarter. Only down by 7 right now for Dallas. They trailed as many by 18 at one point in this game. There he is, right on cue. Kyrie Irving knocks down a 3. And he is now up to 10 total points, 86-82. Edwards looking for a big bucket, flings it outside. A Cat takes the 3. Cat off the back rim, no good. The rebound secured by Luca. They're having a lot of tough time with efficiency tonight when it's come down to Edwards and Cat. So even though it's been balanced in the team and towards the point spread around the horn between everybody, it's been a lot of issues in terms of efficiency between Cat and Edwards. Down low, PJ Washington gets the buckets. 86-84, plus 10 points in the paint in favor of Dallas, 44-40. Edwards at the left wing perimeter. Minnesota's on the ropes. Edwards coughed up the basketball, lost it. Lively in the hardwood, comes out with a steal. Dallas with a chance to tie or take the lead this possession. Unbelievable how the tables have changed. Kyrie with a 3, and he buries it. Bang, bang. Kyrie Irving knocks down the 3. Dallas, once down by 18, has taken the lead. And a timeout taken to the floor by Minnesota. 87-86. Oh my goodness. This building has gone completely silent. The home team on the ropes right now. Potentially could go down 0-2 after leading by almost 20 tonight in this game as we get a timeout taken on the floor by the T-Wolves. Holy smokes, have the tables turned tonight. Edwards got the ball stripped, stolen away by Lively. Derek Lively out there hustling. Attacking the rack. He's got 10.7 boards tonight in 19 minutes. Kyrie all of a sudden is up to 13 points. And, man, a couple major makes there by Kyrie. And this whole game is completely flipped like that. Part of an 8-0 run by Dallas to begin the fourth quarter. I question the shot selection right now from Minnesota. They're out settling for deep shots around the perimeter, and they're bricking them left and right. And this needs to stop. It's usually Karl-Anthony Towns, the one who's been taking these shots early in the shot clock. You've got to realize that you have the opportunity to get a much better look than just jacking up a 3. And tonight's one of those games that you have to go by the hot hands and the percentages, and Cat has not been there tonight. Cat's 1 for 5 from 3. He is 4 for 16 from the floor. And you have to realize that there's much better looks than jacking up a contested J from the perimeter like Cat's been doing. This is turned into just low IQ basketball and shot selection recently by Minnesota that's haunting them right now. They're starting to go into a little bit of a scoring drought once again. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here if you guys enjoy the content. And what a game. We got 700 plus watching. You guys, the real legends, MVPs out here at the channel. Make sure to vote in the poll if you guys would like as well. And that number for Minnesota slipped down currently 51-49. Very tight, almost 50-50 in the poll here. This is just a bigger stage right now. Karl-Anthony Towns was amazing in Game 7 against Denver, but this is just the bigger stage. Western Conference Finals, Dallas. I think a lot of people forget Dallas was here a couple years ago after they knocked out Phoenix in the Western Conference semis, shredding Phoenix in that Game 7. Dallas played against Golden State from a few years back, 2022, when they played against Golden State in the Western Conference Finals. So they've been here. This is another step up for Minnesota. I feel like just going to take certain steps up as a franchise. And this is just really disappointing. They started to turn this into a hero ball type of game here for the T-Bulls right now. And strictly that's been more based on Cat recently. And also, where's the hustle been in the glass from Minnesota? They've constantly got out-hustled here in the second half. It was not like that in the first half. Minnesota was dominant in the first half in the glass. Second half, they've just got just straight up out-hustled. 1 point lead for Dallas right now, 87-86. Minnesota with a possession. Mike Conley, bounce pass off the roll down. Reed, skip pass, low block, Anderson over to Edwards. A lot of dribbling, bounce pass to the top, Conley. Over to Reed, 8 in the shot clock. Reed with a runner off the glass, too strong. Missed off the mark. Luca controls the defensive rebound. Dallas with a possession. 5 on the floor looked like this. Luca, Josh Green, Derek Lively the second, Kyrie, and also PJ Washington. Missed pass by Dallas. It resulted in a steal. Quarter 3 by Reed. Couldn't sink it. Rebound controlled by the defense for Dallas. 9:40 left to go. Luca crosses midcourt. He's guarded by Anderson. 1-on-1. Luca at the target setter logo. Working on Anderson. Pick gets set by Lively. Brings along a double team. Lively rolls down. Kick out to the wing. Touch pass. Left quarter. 3 in the air. Bricked off the back rim. No good. Missed by Dallas. Alan, thanks so much for joining in, man. What a game here, folks. JP in the stream, welcome in. Cat, spin move, swings it on top. Anderson out to the left wing over to Edwards. 8 on the shot clock. Edwards, 9:10 left to go. Edwards gets around. Kyrie dribbles up, drives down the lane, flings it out to the wing. Reed lace up a 3, and he hits it. Naz Reed, another made 3 as the shot clock wound down to 1. 89-87. That's his 6th made 3 ball in the night. He's got 18 off the bench for the 6th man of the year. Luca at the left wing, double teamed, guarded by Reed and Cat, and Luca jacks up the 3, no good off the mark, in and out of the fingertips of Josh Green as it goes out of bounds, last off of Green. Naz Reed finding the stroke tonight, saving the T-Wolves with those 18 points off the bench. 2-point lead for Minnesota. Minnesota has the basketball at 8:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. Edwards, midcourt logo, dribbles up, drives to the elbow. Edwards back outside, guarded by Kyrie. Edwards at the top, up fake, slides it off to his left. Conley, his pass deflected inside the key, intercepted by Dallas. Mavs with a steal. Luca on top. Kyrie, 30-footer straight away. Bullseye! Kyrie Irving knocks down a 3. 90-89. Kyrie had just 5 points going into halftime. He had 7 points entering the fourth quarter. And just like that, making a splash in the fourth here. He's got 16 at this moment. Dallas down low underneath Gobert. No good. He got fouled at the rim though. 2 shots coming up here by Rudy Gobert, looking to see if he can tie and then take advantage and take the lead. Kyrie, after A slow start in the first 3 quarters, going off in the fourth. Kyrie this year, just a completely different version of Kyrie from the past couple of years. All focused on basketball. Basketball strictly for Kyrie. No distractions. 2 shots by Rudy Gobert at the free throw line. Chance to tie for Minnesota. First one's up, first one is good. If you're Minnesota, you got to seize the opportunity. You get a home game. You're down to 0-1 in the series. Nobody likes to be down to 0-2. That's the worst feeling ever. Whether it's an NBA playoff game, whether it's the NFL regular season, nobody ever wants to go down to 0-2. That's when real life starts to hit there, that hits hard. That you got to start to make up significant ground or the series is going to be over real fast. Second free throw is good. 91-90 right now. 7:50 left to go in the fourth. Kyrie, he's got 16. Gets past Gobert. Drives inside. Dump off down low with a 2-handed flush by Gafford with a slam dunk. 92-91 for Dallas. Kyrie with an assist. 7.5 left to go. Conley at the left elbow. Conley being grabbed onto. No call by the referees. Guarded by Derrick Jones Jr. Jumper, mid-range, no good. Around the rim and out, missed by Kyle Anderson. Rebound controlled by Dallas. Yeah, a lot of that was on Stephen A. You gotta show up. You gotta show up for work. Kyrie, top of the key. Kyrie 101. He's showing up right now in 2024. Handoff back to Kyrie from PJ Washington. Lob over to Washington. Floats it up over the top. No good off the rim. Offensive rebound. Washington second chance. Came up short. Naz Reid with the basketball. Trailing by 1. Under 7 minutes left to go. What a game here. Minnesota with a possession. Mike Conley slows it down. Conley guarded at the left wing perimeter towards the right. Screen gets set by Reid. Conley double team. Flares it over to Reid. Open 3. Oh, he hits it. Naz Reid, bullseye. And a timeout taken on the floor by Dallas. That's his 7th made 3 of the night as he sizzles one right to the shoot for the 3 ball. 6th man of the year. Big time tonight in this game off the bench from Minnesota. 7 made 3s, 21 points by Naz Reid as we're down to 6:36 left to play. Just an absolute incredible game between these two teams. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified for future live streams. And I'll be back tomorrow night covering Celtics against Pacers, game number 3 of the series. Got 900 plus watching right now. Type in the chat who you're rooting for to win this game. Type it in T-Wolves or Mavs. What a battle. Naz Reid, 21 points, the top scorer for Minnesota. 7 made 3s. Anthony Edwards with 15. Edwards has missed 12 shots from the floor, just 4 for 16 tonight. 15 by Cat. Cat's also struggling, 4 for 16. And Gobert's got 14. Conley's got 14. Legit, Naz Reid is saving this team right now. Jaden McDaniels having a rough game with just 2. Dallas, one-man show most of this game with Luca. Luca's got 27, but he's got 8 rebounds, 9 assists. Kyrie Irving stepping up in a huge way. 11 points in the fourth quarter. He has 9 points in the fourth quarter. He had just 5 points going into halftime. 11 points in the second half for Kyrie. Coming up clutch in the fourth quarter for Dallas right now. 16 total by Kyrie, 12 by Gafford, 10 each between Washington and Lively. Man, just what a sensational game right now. Like, Dallas is doing exactly what they did during the last game. It does not matter how long you lead the game. If you're the Dallas Mavericks, that does not matter. The elapsed time that you lead this game. They've led for approximately 10 minutes in this entire playoffs. Out of over 80 plus minutes of basketball action, they've led for approximately around 10 minutes or so for Dallas. But what matters to Dallas is that at the end of the game, you got the point total that's higher on the scoreboard. And right now, it's another one of these games that they are just hanging in. even though things were not looking so well for them, trailing by 18. They're still here. They're still here. And they're only down by a possession right now. What a game. This is either way. This is a huge... If Minnesota cannot take this tonight, this is a massive disappointment. Really sad if the T-Wolves can't take this one, because they're coming off that emotional Game 7 win against the defending champs Denver, where they locked down the Nuggets in the second half. And you go down 0-2 at home. That's just stunning. Yup, Naz Reid is definitely him. Rusty in the street, welcome in. We might have overtime tonight. We shall see. Peso, welcome in. Thanks for joining back in from the Philippines. Keith in the channel. Looking at T-Wolves out here. Thanks for joining in. An amazing battle right now. We might need some extra time to determine the winner of this game. Dallas is trailing by 2. Back from the timeout. Dallas has possession. Left to right on the floor. Dallas. At the left wing, Kyrie. Bounce pass gets sent to Luca. Luca with 27. Luca inside the key. Floats up the pass over the top. It gets tipped in. Daniel Gafford behind the defense. Scores. We're tied up at 94. I took Minnesota in this game to bounce back. Really thought that they'd be able to bounce back and respond after trailing down 0-1. Mike Conley got his shot blocked. Dallas, full court outlet. Luca up in the air. Gafford flings one up. Oh, he got it! Daniel Gafford Houdini up and in off the glass. It's a 2-point lead midway to the fourth quarter for the Dallas Mavs. 96-94. Anderson towards his right. Anderson moves it over to Reed. Dribble, drive, right down the lane inside, and he dunks it home with a two-handed flush. 96-96. If Minnesota wins this game, game ball goes directly over to Naz Reid. He's got 23. And an offensive foul committed by Derrick Jones Jr. around the perimeter on the illegal screen. This will be Minnesota possession. Holy smokes, what a game. 5.5 left to go in the fourth quarter. Richard, welcome in. Joski, thanks for joining in. Panoy in the channel, welcome on board. Luca with 27. Almost a triple-double for him tonight. 9 rebounds and 11 assists. We will take a timeout here on the floor. I believe Dallas is going to challenge the offensive foul committed. Charged to Derrick Jones Jr. So we are tied up at 96 apiece as we take the timeouts. 3 timeouts remaining for both of these teams. What a game. Nowhere did I think that this will be a game about an hour and a half ago. The Minnesota Timberwolves were trailing by 18. They were up by 18. Minnesota was leading by 18. The Dallas Mavericks were trailing by 18 in this game, and Dallas came all the way back, and they have barely led in this series. They've led for approximately around 10 minutes total around that time in the series. They've been trailing throughout around 95-ish% of this entire series for Dallas. And they stole game 1. Looking to steal game 2 right now. Holy smokes. AM Flames, thanks for joining in, being a part of the stream. You guys, the legends in the channel right now. We got almost 1K out here. Very, very close. 950 plus. Keep on smashing that thumbs up. Hitting that like button helps out a ton with this video being found on YouTube. Also, if you enjoy the stream, make sure to keep on subscribing for future live streams. I'll be back tomorrow night covering the Celtics against the Pacers for game number 3. That will be a successful challenge by... So, this will be a successful challenge here for Dallas. So this will be Dallas basketball. So Dallas wins the challenge. The offensive foul gets rescinded by Derrick Jones Jr. So this will be an inbound coming up. 96-96 with 5.5 left to go. Inbound goes to Kyrie, who is completely gone off here in the fourth quarter. Kyrie, guarded by Edwards. Dribbles now to the top of the key. He is switched. He is guarded by Mike Conley Jr. Kyrie dribbles up to the left elbow. Kyrie turn around. Tough shot. No good. And he got fouled. Kyrie is going to shoot 2 at the free throw line as Mike Conley picks up the shooting foul. Richard, welcome in. Thanks for joining in from Albuquerque. Derby, welcome back in the stream. Things going pretty well. 082899, welcome aboard. Thanks for joining back in from the Philippines. Hit us up in the chat where you're watching from out here. Got a lot of great supporters out in the stream over in the Philippines. 2 free throws by Kyrie, looking to break the tie. First one is up and first one missed. Skipped around the rim and out. Tomorrow night, game number 3, I'll be back covering Celtics against Pacers tomorrow night. Also hoping on covering game 3 on Sunday between the T-Wolves and the Mavs. Critical game 3 here, more so from Minnesota. You cannot afford to go down 0-2 in your home floor. That is costly if you lose this game if you're the T-Wolves. Second free throw is good. Dallas has not led a lot in this entire series. What matters in the Mavs is that they steal games and have the better score, the higher score total at the very end. Conley over to the corner. McDaniels fires the pass down low. Over to Gobert. Soars up and he throws it down with a right-handed dunk. 98-97. Rudy Gobert with authority under 5 minutes left to go. Kyrie at the left wing, guarded by Edwards, one-on-one. Kyrie backs his way to the mid-block. Kyrie inside the key. Kyrie lost the handle, got it back up in the air for a shot clock. They bobbled it, they lost it, and it's a turnover out of bounds off the fingertips of Derrick Jones Jr. That's the pressure defense on display by the Minnesota Timberwolves, forcing the turnover over the hot tamale that Derrick Jones Jr. cannot secure it properly. 4.5 left to go. At the left wing, it's Conley. Conley is on the floor with Edwards, Gobert. Naz Reid and Jaden McDaniels. Edwards attacks the rack, and he scores with a left-hand layup. Triple digits for Minnesota, 100-97, approaching 4 minutes left to go. Luca dribbles inside. Luca kick out to the corner. Kyrie, guarded by Naz Reid at the left wing. Crossover, Kyrie drives inside. Kyrie floats it up over the top. Derek Lively the second. He throws it down with a two-handed alley-oop jam. Up on the rooftop for Lively. They just play above the rim over and over again, and the Dallas Mavericks do that once again. Floater inside the key. It's good for 2 by Mike Conley. 102-99. 3.5 left to go in the fourth quarter. Luca at the right wing. Luca dribbles up. Luca double clutch goes up. He gets fouled. The clock will stop with 3:31. Luca's going to shoot 2 coming up here at the free throw line. What a game, everybody. What a game right now between these two teams. Alan, welcome in. Thanks for joining in here from the Philippines. As he's got Captain Rizaldi Batista, Philippines Airline. Today is his birthday. Welcome in on the channel here, everybody. 2 shots by Luca at the free throw line. First one is up. First one is good. The Dallas Mavericks trail as many by 18 points at one point tonight. Dennis, Daniel, welcome in, everybody, tonight. What a game. Kyrie will check out towards the bench right now with 3:31 left to go. Luca will have a second free throw coming up to see if he can put his team by 1. Looking to put his team within 1 point, and he does. Luca makes the free throw. Reid tripped up and stumbled. Trying to head back in transition. Minnesota's going to take the timeout. 102-101. T-Wolves with a 1-point lead right now in their home floor. The critical game 2 in the series. Minnesota's trailing. Already down to 0-1. Cannot afford to go down to 0-2 on your own home floor. We take a timeout on the floor here by Minnesota. 102-101 with 3:31 left to go. Wow, what a game right now. Omar, welcome in. Thanks for joining in from the Philippines, watching with his daughter Kyrie on the channel right now out in the Philippines. Jameer, welcome in. Emmanuel, welcome on board. No, it is definitely not scripted. This is definitely not scripted. Chaz, thanks for joining in. Thomas, welcome on the stream here, man. If you're joining in, we got one heck of a game here. Luca, 29 points leading the way for Dallas, 17 by Kyrie. He came into the fourth quarter with just 7 total points in the first 3 quarters tonight. Has 10 total points in the fourth quarter alone. 16 by Daniel Gafford with 5 blocks. He has been massive. 10 points by P.J. Washington off the bench. Derek Lively the second has 12 points and 9 rebounds. Minnesota led off the bench by Naz Reid with 23. Anthony Edwards, he has 17 points but really struggling efficiency-wise. 5 for 17 from the floor tonight by Ant. 16 points by Rudy Gobert. 15 by Karl-Anthony Towns, and Cat is struggling as well. Just 4 for 16 from the floor, 1 for 5 from three-point range. Mike Conley, 16 points tonight with 5 assists. We come back to action. 3.5 left to go in the fourth quarter. 5 on the floor look like this from Minnesota. Anthony Edwards, Naz Reid, Mike Conley, Rudy Gobert, Jaden McDaniels. That's the 5 on the floor. Cat's currently on the bench. Conley at the right wing. He's defended 1-on-1 by Lively. Conley dribbles out, floats up the rudder. Off the back rim, no good. Rebound secure by Dallas. P.J. Washington secures the defensive rebound, and Jason Kidd will take the timeout on the floor for the Mavs. 3:07 left to go in the fourth quarter remaining. Dallas will have the possession once we come back from the timeout. What a statement for the Mavs. It looked like they were completely done. At one point in the second quarter, they trailed as many by 18 points. Wow. Marquette on the stream, welcome in, liking the Mavs here. Edsel, welcome on board, taking the Mavs. A lot of Mavs fans out here for this one. Bruce, thanks for joining in here, bud. What a game. Type in the chat who you like to win tonight here, T-Wolves or Mavs. We got a battle. We got 1.3K in the stream. You guys are the real legends, MVPs for tuning in and supporting this channel tonight. I'll be back tomorrow night covering the Celtics against the Pacers, so if you'd like to come on board, feel free to do so tomorrow night. It's going to come down to who can make the big shot in the clutch tonight. Karl-Anthony Towns has not been that dude tonight. Naz Reid, he has been him tonight. Naz Reid leads the way from Minnesota. 23 points, making 7 threes off the bench for Naz Reid. Kyrie coming up huge in the fourth quarter. Had just 7 total points in the first 3 quarters. Now up to 17. He's got 10 in the fourth quarter. Luca, it's been amazing once again tonight. 29 points for Luca. He's got a triple-double, by the way. 10 points, 12 assists. Lob down low. Lively catches it. Lively dunks it through with a two-handed flush. Dallas takes the 1-point lead. 103-102. Derek Lively, perfect 6 for 6 from the floor, catching lobs all day against this T-Wolves defense. Bounce pass to Conley. Conley inside the key, drives into the lane. He scores up and in with a left-hand layup. Mike Conley Jr., he has been critical tonight. 18 points, but a point guard. 2.5 left to go. Top of the key, Luca. Luca guarded 1-on-1 by McDaniels. Dribbles up to the low block. Luca fires a fastball left corner. Open 3. Derrick Jones Jr. tapped out by Luca as he taps out the offensive rebound. Over to Kyrie with a 3. No good, off the rim and out. Rebound secured by the T-Wolves. 1-point advantage from Minnesota. A battle to the finish. The first game, Dallas won by 3, 108-105. This game very, very similar in terms of scoring. Ant attacks, Ant downhill, Ant gets fouled. 2 free throws covered up by Anthony Edwards at the line. It is Derrick Jones Jr. who picks up the shooting foul. Quick update right now on the foul trouble in this game. 4 personal fouls by Kyrie, 3 off the bench by Lively. Everybody else with 2, 1, or 0 for personal fouls for Dallas. 4 personal fouls by Rudy Gobert, 3 each between Conley and Anderson. Everybody else with 2 personal fouls or fewer for Minnesota. First one by Edwards is good. A 2-point lead for Minnesota. Minnesota is also in a bonus right now as well. Second free throw is good. Edwards makes them both. 3-point advantage. Under 2 minutes left to play. What a battle to the finish here, folks. Rizzle Day, thanks so much for joining in. Kyrie, top of the key, dribbles up, drives inside. Kyrie, no good. He gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up here by Kyrie Irving. This has just been an amazing game. Rudy Gobert clipped Kyrie, as that'll be ruled a shooting foul committed by Gobert. Kyrie rising up in a big way in the second half. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the first one he missed off the back rim, no good. Uh, 2011, Dallas won. So Dallas has won the NBA championship back in 2011. They have 2 Western Conference championships, 2006 and 2011. Kyrie will have a second free throw here at the line. It came up short. No good. And a defensive rebound hauled in by Gobert. Minute 40 left to go. Both teams now in the bonus. Minnesota with a possession, up by 3. This could be a dagger if they're able to make a 3. Edwards dribbles up, floats the pass, cross court. Ooh, and Edwards in the pass got fouled. Derrick Jones Jr. with a critical reach-in foul, reaches in. And Edwards will head to the free throw line, shoot 2. Wow. That pass almost went out of bounds. Jones with a poor foul reaching in. And this game could very well be decided at the free throw line, just like the last game was. Minnesota much better tonight as a team shooting free throws. First one is good. 15 for 22 tonight. 68% hitting their playoff average for Dallas at the free throw line. Minnesota, 81% on free throws tonight. 26 for 32. Both of the free throws are good by Edwards. Clutch free throws in the final 2 minutes of this game by Ant. 108-103. That was so close to being a turnover, but Jones reached in. Luca, edge of the midcourt logo. Minute 20 left to go. Luca guarded by Anderson. 1-on-1 at the left wing perimeter. Looking for a big shot right here. Moves it across the floor off to Kyrie. Kick out left wing. Jones over to Luca at the top. Shot clock's down to 3. Luca gets it away. Left corner. Open 3. Splash. It is good. Bang, bang. Kyrie Irving sizzles the triple. 2-point game, 108-106, final minute. Left to go in the fourth quarter. My clock's just a tad fast. 55 seconds left to go. I'll start it once we get to 52, which is now. At the right wing, Edwards dribbles up to the elbow. Edwards, his gamble over to the corner. McDaniels out of bounds. Last off of Kyrie, though. That was such a dangerous pass by Edwards. Holy smokes. He is so lucky that Jaden McDaniels caught that ball at the baseline. I thought it was going to sail out of bounds. 47 seconds left to play. And we will have a timeout on the floor right now with a 2-point game. This will be T-Wolves ball once we come back from the timeout. Dallas just took a timeout. Dallas, I believe they're going to challenge the possession of this ball. They thought it was last touched out of bounds by McDaniels off the bobble, and he lost it. So the Mavs take the timeout with 47 seconds remaining right now. Huge game here, folks. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. This game, especially more so from Minnesota, means a ton. You never want to go down to 0-2 on your home floor. They're lucky that Dallas tonight has struggled at the free throw line. 68% at the free throw line by Dallas, 81% by Minnesota. Free throws looking like that could be the deciding factor tonight's game. Yup, right to the wire here, this one. So this is being looked at right now, whether McDaniels had the ball off of his hands. Ooh, that looked like it skidded past the Luca's hands. It's very hard to tell. I don't know how you can overturn this call. That is very tough to tell if it skidded off the fingertips of Luca, and there was a coach's challenge on this by Jason Kidd in Dallas. So Dallas is challenging the possession of this basketball. Jason Kidd thought it was out of bounds off of McDaniels. That's tough to tell from behind. You cannot see if Luca touched it from behind. I need like a side camera angle to see. McDaniels off of his hands. Did it graze the fingertips of Luca going by? So they're determining possession of this basketball. Right now, we got a Minnesota possession, but Dallas is challenging the call on the floor, and this is being reviewed right now by the officials. Mark Cuban owns the Dallas Mavericks. McDaniels, this is the side angle. McDaniels with it. He lost it. Ooh, slow that down if you're TNT. I do not believe Luca touched that. I don't think he did. That looked like it was off the hands. That last replay looked like it was off of McDaniels, out of bounds clearly. Now, did Luca, when he raised his hands down, did he touch the basketball? Did that go off the fingertips? I do not believe so in the last camera angle. That is a successful challenge. Wow. So this is a successful challenge by Dallas, as it was out of bounds by McDaniels. And this will be Dallas possession with 43.7 seconds left to go. Holy smokes. Dallas is going to get the basketball right here with 47.3 seconds remaining. So Dallas wins the challenge. Dallas will have the ball. Dallas will inbound all the way in their backcourt. Inbound passer. All the way behind the hoop right now. So Luca is in the backcourt. Inbound goes to Luca from PJ Washington. Luca crosses midcourt. Luca at the left wing perimeter. He's guarded by Gobert. 1-on-1. Luca dribbles up inside the key. Luca mid-range over Reed. Off the back rim, no good. Battle for the rebound. Kyle Anderson comes down with it for the Minnesota defense. Minnesota with a possession, leading by 2. 7-second differential between shot clock and game clock right now. Game clock down to 20 seconds. Shot clock is down to 13. Up fake. Edwards. Free throw circle. Kick out to the corner. Oh, that's a big U. He turned it over. Oh! Ew! Anthony Edwards missed the mark of the pass. That's a turnover in the corner. The first major big U of the night. Oh my goodness, what are you doing? Oh! Edwards missing the mark on the pass to Naz Reid. He moved off his spot. Front row of the seats. T.O. turnover. Oh, goodness. Yikes. 12.8 seconds left to play. This will be Dallas basketball. Dallas just took their final timeout. Dallas with 0 timeouts left. Minnesota with 2. What a game. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Both of these teams are in a bonus. And Dallas, with a shot clock turned off, will have the chance to go for the game winner or force overtime. What a game. I cannot believe they turned it over like that. The graphic for TNT said that they have 0 timeouts. They actually do have a timeout remaining. Dallas has a timeout remaining. ESPN on their graphic has a timeout on the box score graphic. So Dallas actually does have a timeout remaining here. Dallas will get the inbound in the front court as they advance, and bounce pass goes to Luca. 12 seconds left to go. Luca at the edge of the midcourt logo, guarded by Gobert. 1-on-1, 7 seconds. Luca, top of the key. Luca, step back 3, straight away for the lead, and he hits it. Bang, bang, Luca. 3 seconds left to go. He delivers on a 3-ball. Dallas takes the lead. Luca Doncic. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, yeah. Big time shot, Luca. 109-108. Luca, the man. A giant killer against the T-Wolves defense. Step back 3 over Rudy Gobert in the playoffs. hunting him down like the Utah days. Bang, bang. Luca Doncic. Playoff Luca. Just built different. Luca magic. Playoff Luca. Heating up in the playoffs, baby. How about this story? The Dallas Mavericks, the 5 seed, are 3 seconds away from going up 2-0 with both victories in a road. Timeout on the floor by Minnesota. Dallas stole game number 1. Dallas looking to steal game number 2. The Dallas Mavericks have trailed for approximately 90% plus in this entire series. The only thing that matters to Dallas is that they have a higher score when the clock goes down to double zeros at the end of the fourth quarter. They're 3 seconds away from doing so. Down by 18. Step back Jay, buried by Luca for the lead. Minnesota advances to their front court. 3 seconds left to go. Whole crowd is up right now. Minnesota looking for the inbound. McDaniels inbounds it over to Edwards. Edwards swings it over to Reed for the win. No good off the back rim. It's over. Naz Reid, who made 7 threes tonight, could not make an 8th. He bricked the 3, and this game is over. The Dallas Mavericks steal another game. Once again, game 2, and they win. 109-108, the final score. Naz Reid around the rim and out, couldn't send it down, and what a series. Dallas goes up 2-0. Luca in the playoffs just built different. Luca magic. An unbelievable story. The Dallas Mavericks, the 5 seed. Stealing 2 games at Minnesota. What a win tonight by Dallas. They were down by 18. 18 points they trailed in the second quarter. Looked like they were going to get shredded in this game. Luca the hero. Unbelievable game. They shot the ball approximately 20% at one point in the late stage of the first half from 3-point range for Dallas. They closed out the game shooting 39% from 3. They stole game 1. They stole game 2. Unbelievable. This goes to show it does not matter how long you lead. Does not matter that you have the lead for 90% plus of this entire playoffs like the Minnesota Timberwolves have. The Dallas Mavericks, both of these games, have found ways to win. Once again, the big fellas, Derek Lively II, Daniel Gafford, both of those guys play above the rim, and Minnesota has failed to stop second half lobs. And once again, propelling the comeback, multiple alley-oop jams in this second half. And I do not have it 1-1. Usually I never update at the end here, but I will since I'll stay on for a couple minutes and go over the rundown. So I'll update these right now. So this is what the series looks like. 2-0 Dallas. Minnesota is down to 0-2, losing both of the games at home. Stunner. Minnesota won against the defending champs in 7. And now they've been completely shell-shocked by the Dallas Mavericks, who have trailed for approximately 90% of the series. Insane. Luca just built incredibly different. Step back 3, Luca Doncic, money for the game winner. Legendary end to this one tonight. Luca finishes off with 32 total points tonight. Nothing bigger than a game-winning 3 with 3 seconds left to go. 20 points by Kyrie. He was huge in the fourth quarter. He had 13 points in the fourth quarter. Entered the fourth quarter with just 7 for Kyrie. He had 5 going into halftime. He was major in quarter number 4. 16 points by Daniel Gafford, 10 points by PJ Washington, 14 off the bench by Derek Lively, and Luca, by the way, had a triple-double, 32, 10, and 13. Luca, just amazing once again. A sad ending to the T-Wolves here. Anthony Edwards, 21 points, but he missed 12 shots. Karl-Anthony Towns forced up a bunch of bricks. 15 points, missing 12 shots. Naz Reid was the top scorer tonight with 23. He made 7 threes, a chance to win, but he bricked what could have been an 8-made 3, but he missed it. Thanks all for joining in, being a part of the stream for this one here. Wow. The Dallas Mavericks, the 5 seed, goes up 2-0 in the series, sweeping both the games on the road to open up the series, and Dallas has all the momentum entering their home floor for Game 3 on Sunday night. I'll be back tomorrow night covering Celtics against Pacers. Feel free to join in if you'd like. Insane finish to this one. Thanks all for joining in. June and July with a dono. Really appreciate with a dono. Let's get that dono hype out on the stream for June and July. Legendary on the channel for this one tonight. We're going to close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. Big shout out here to Ice Ice Baby. Ice Ice Baby gifted 5 new memberships today to 5 new channel members. So a big shout out here to Iceberg Slim 38. Matthew, M. Stone, Miles, and Davis, the 5 new channel members on the channel, gifted by Ice Ice Baby. Here's the channel members: Jason, Warren, Rajip, I Am Ghost, David, Asia, Paul, Russell, John, Mark, Kelly, Jeffrey, Vegas, Barco, Oink Oink, Michael, Katie, Bradley, Daniel, Derek, Sister Surround, Mario Greedo, Tristan, Chuck, SG Sports Talk, Ice Ice Baby, Robin, Melinda, Jack City, Shalimar. And then 5 new channel members today with Iceberg Slim 38, Matthew, M. Stone, Miles, and Davis. Thanks so much all for joining in, being a part of the stream for this one here. Wow. An incredible game. 2 games in the series determined by 4 points total combined. What a series we have. The road team goes up 2-0. The Dallas Mavericks steal not only game 1, but they steal game 2, and they stole this one away big time. They trail by 18. Luca Doncic, bang, bang, step back 3, 3 seconds left to go to win it. 109-108, the final score for Dallas. I'll be back tomorrow for Celtics against Pacers at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Feel free to join in. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody. Thanks so much for joining in, and enjoy the rest of your Friday night.